What we do here is go back.
Invaluable pawn, so let the merge begin. Now that the spiders are gone, with the core in my hands, reality shall collapse, and my eternal reign will stretch beyond divine grasp. So fade away and return to nothing. Your strength is great, but you're no match for me, no. Provide the stage, so fade away and return to nothing. Your strength is great, but you're no match for me, no. I'll let you live for the entertaining God of all creation, God of your creation now. So fade away and return to nothing. Your strength is great, but you're no match for me, no. I'll let you live for the entertaining God of all creation, God of your creation now. your it tastes like heaven. And we eating pasta and it.
I just started there.
Yeah. We've ended careers before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Plain hero, Roroni Kenshin. We kicked it aside of your door. Use the one who will get to seven. Where was that bravado? You had a hot minute ago. Hey, we got ups, but I wouldn't say we beat. How the saying go, it's a two-way street. Dig me on the pipe and you know they had a tweak. I'm just trying to lay my name, you get what I'm speaking. We entertain the masses and anywhere the weekend. There's some asshole think that he can press the lead and cook the whole squad down, get out within the weekend. But we stars, boys, so continue go and see. We've ended careers before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Play hero, Roroni Kenshin. We kicked it aside of your door. Use the one who will get to seven. Where was that bravado? You had a hot minute ago. Talk a big game till you learn it ain't one. Got your nails on this track's another freight ton. Not a single dub, so you gotta make one. G, get domino, trying to cook some great stuff.
You can keep ducking, this be the season. But hunting, we down and doing our treasures while casually pressing your buttons. You keep pretending that nothing, but we can tell you we button. Drop the end house with a poker, but your face looking all flushed. And we calling out all your bluffs, and we telling you what is left. And we saying enough's enough, but you trying to keep acting tough. If you really think that you run, let me tell you, you ain't the one. Cause the song will be nothing speakers, and the whole team finna pump it, y'all.
We've ended careers before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Played hero, Roroni Kenshin. We kicked it aside of your door. Use the one who will get to seven. Where was that bravado? You had a hot minute ago. We eating pasta in your it tastes like heaven. And we eating pasta and it good. Yeah. Thunderstorms, ending worlds, gods of war, clashing swords again. Thunderstorms, trembling hordes, gladiators, torn apart again. You won't find mercy, I'm afraid. Thunderstorms are ending worlds again. Live or let die, there's no escape. Gods of war, clashing swords again. They saw me as a joke, the lowest of lows. They prodded and laughed at all my woes. Shattered my very soul with blow after blow. Just another act in their freak show. Lights, camps, crowds, fans, I can't afford to choke up now. Competition, no problem, choke 'em out. I'll show them what this ring is all about. When I smash, they face so hard, shake the ground. Thunderstorms, ending worlds, gods of war, clashing swords again. Thunderstorms, trembling hordes, gladiators, torn apart again. You won't find mercy, can hate, you can pray on my downfall, come melee. But when the rain floods the place, you will find there is no escape. Thunderstorms, ending worlds, gods of war, clashing swords again. Thunderstorms, trembling odds, gladiators, torn apart again. You will not find mercy here, I'm afraid. Live or let die, there is no escape.
Oh boy. Yet again, you know, I came home with food almost 2 hours ago, and I was so busy that I didn't get to eat pretty much any of it. I've just eaten the empty carbs, which are the French fries. You should be proud of me, chat. I'm starving myself so that I can get back. No, that's a joke, YouTube, by the way. Oh my goodness. So now we have a yippee jockey. Can we say that? Is that alright? Oh my goodness. What's up? Oh, nothing much. I'm gonna be honest with you. I almost didn't stream today. I almost did not stream today. Eat? I can't eat because it's time to stream, chat. It's time to stream. Don't you know the Yippies, Oh, I gotta move the Yippie now. She's in front of the Streamlabs alerts. There we go. Don't you guys know? I do this so the Yippies get... If I don't stream, the Yippies don't get to eat. Oh my goodness. Anyway. Anyway. I'll turn that off for a moment. How are you guys doing today? Oh. Did I drink water today? I think so. I had like 3 or 4 bottles of water at work. So I think so. Oh my goodness. My, Okay, that is not the kind of music that I imagine would go in lo-fi hip-hop. Or that one. I'd be honest with you, I just like that one. What was I gonna say? Today was long. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, I almost didn't stream because, like... Can I tell you guys that, you guys are basically my second family. You guys are basically my second family. Because I know that, like, and when I say this, by the way, I don't worry about anything. All right, please. Nothing weird is happening right now that you know of. Saturday night it is. But just know that you guys are pretty damn important to me. Tomorrow is Mother's Day? Yes. Speaking of Mother's Day, one of my fans asked me if I could, share my throne. So that, because they're like, they wanted me to put cheese on it. And then they wanted me to give it to them. So, like, I was putting cheese-related items. You know what's weird is there's not a lot of cheese-related items on Throne. At least they're, like, okay. There kind of is, and by the same token, there kind of isn't. Because I was just kind of expecting, like regular cheeses to be shipped to my door. I guess that's not really the case. I guess the closest you'll get is some cheese platters that come probably freeze-dried a little bit. I don't know. We're here for you. Thank you. But then the platters are like, they got nitrates in them and all that kind of shit. So I'm adding as many cheese-related things as I can find. You know, we'll add the cheese. We'll add the grilled cheese socks to that as well. But somebody asked me to do that. So, yeah. I will make sure to share it for those that want it. But, yeah. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. Did I read the Bambi doc? I did not. I knew it existed, but I wasn't like... It's one of those things where it just didn't look that interesting to me. I had heard that Bambi, like, got into some trouble. But, like, I just wasn't super duper interested. There's a lot of things... Like, chat, listen. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that happen that I just look at and I'm like, I don't really feel either comfortable or prepared, or I just don't feel like covering it, you know? Just doesn't feel like my thing. Would a cheeseburger doll count as a cheese item? Yes, if you suggested it, I'd add it. We're just gonna add all the cheese that we can find. I'm glad I found your stream. You've offered nothing but top-tier entertainment. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate that you guys enjoy my content. I know all of the tourists from Tectone's community that have been in my comments. Well, just the comments for the videos I made on him. Thankfully, they didn't decide to be stupid and jump into other people, or not other videos stuff. But, like, they're all, like, saying I suck. And I'm just sitting here like, I know this isn't true. But holy fuck, there's a lot of these guys. One with cheese? Yes. We need a cheese yippee. Oh my gosh, there's a Chuck E. Cheese gift card? I'm not adding that. There's this mac and cheese, like... Do you guys want to see that? Let's see. Let me make sure that it's, like... okay for me to show. I'm pretty sure I'm not showing my, my private information here. Add a large soda. Strong title, you must mean it? Yes. I don't say hate, unless I really mean it. So, yes. We do be very strong today. We do be very strong today. Oh my gosh, there's a Celebrate Mom tab. I am not putting... Well, you know what? I'll just put flowers on there for the memes. These are like $80 roses, so don't buy them. But they are gonna go on the thing. Thanks for streaming, Akko. You're welcome. Only if everyone compared the Yippee to Moopsie from Star Trek. DoorDash? No, it's not DoorDash. This is Throne. Yeah, I'll show it off. I'll show it off. So, Throne is a service where you can gift things to your streamers. Or just really anybody. I've seen people that do Findom content that use this website. Very, very weird. Not sure I understand it. But, like, they have a little tab for Mother's Day on here now. Do not suggest... That's funny. There's definitely a lot of things on here that if you bought me, I would immediately turn around to give and ship to my mother where she lives. Isn't Mom? This is Monkey? Yes. But, like, I was just looking at the food because, like, some people tell me that there's not enough cool things on my throne. And I, like, spent the last half hour before stream circulating through stuff to see what I could add to it. Because people asked me to. Obviously, I'll do this a little bit more later. But, there's a lot of crazy stuff. Oh, you know what I wonder? Is Ricky's sauce on here? Let me see. Is the Billy Mitchell sauce on here? I might have to hide the screen. It's not. It might not. Hold on. There's no Ricky's sauce. No. No, wait, there is. Oh my gosh, there is. Oh wait, I think it's already on my I think it's already on my wish list. Hold on. It is. It is. So you can buy me Ricky's original sauce. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I have a couple of different things on here. I need to take this off because the autistic plushie is unfortunately no longer in stock, I think. I ended up removing a lot of things because there's a lot of these Nendroids, and you know I should remove the last of these because I really don't care about the Nendroids anymore. I mean, I have a few, but like the spam is probably the one I'm most excited about. It's definitely exciting. I don't know. Some of these are just weird gifts that people sent me as well, that nobody ever threw up, but you know. I tried to add more funny things on here. More food, definitely. So I've been adding food. By the way, you guys are welcome to suggest things to this as well. There is a fan suggestions area here. But here's what we're going to do. If you want to suggest something, I'll go ahead and throw this over here. Imagine if you put a body pillow on there. Imagine one day I get a body pillow, chat. Imagine. I mean, I do need to have like a merch thing first. I need to have like a merch deal kind of thing. The horse toy, don't worry about the horse toy. We don't talk about the horse toy. We don't care about the horse toy. What was I talking about? I completely forgot. I can't. Oh my gosh. Lobert, what the fuck? Did you really just do that? Thank you for the street. Oh my gosh. Well, I know that I'm gonna use that's my new main computer soundboard. Thank you. Yippee plushies. Yippee plushies would be a cool thing. I mean, here's the thing. First, I need to get a merch company to go with. I don't know. I mean, that could something like that could happen in the future. We don't know. Blew your mind? Yes. Does Kirsch have a body pillow? I have no idea. I really don't know. I don't really care about other people's body pillows. I only would care about my body pillow. I need some rice and ramen recipes. Lobert, you mad lad. Thank you. I need a Nako Dakamura. So here's what's funny. I can't show it, obviously. But there's already a Dakamura design that we did like 2 or 3 years ago. But we need to have a Dakamura done. And like I said, we're in the process. We're in the process of looking for people, you know. I feel like it won't be so difficult for me to get a merch company eventually. But it just depends. You know. Anyway. Oh my goodness. Chat, you want a story? Here. I am kind of stalling just a little bit. Want to give you guys time to jump in here. But by the same token, I wanted to tell you guys this story. I was going to tell this yesterday. I ended up forgetting. It ended up not happening. So I'm going to tell you guys a story. Do I have a figure? No. But like we looked into this one company that does figures. It would be like $200 or $300 though. It would be $200 or $300. I don't want to like push that on you guys. That's like one of those things where I definitely would do it eventually, but right now I'm just like I don't feel comfortable asking you guys to spend a couple $100s on something like that right now. I mean, some people would definitely be okay with it, but I don't feel comfortable doing it right now. I hope there would be a Yippee plushie. That would be really cool. Business docky or clown docky? Oh, it would, the docky I have would just be, the tan skin. Although maybe we could get like a double-sided where the one side is regular, one side is clown. Would you guys like that? I think like that would work. Just have a big plushy octopus. See, but that's already like something that exists, and you don't really need to have me do it. I don't know. Anyway, let's talk story. And really quickly, again, thank you, Lobert, for the Stream Deck. That will be used. Well, 100% that'll be used. We'll go through the beginning super chats after this, by the way. But let's tell a story. I was talking with one of my family members the other day. And they were telling me about some drama. Now, chat, they know that I talk drama. They're actually anti-drama themselves. Here, there we go. This family member I have is kind of like anti-drama. They don't talk about it. But they are a knitter. They knit and crochet and do everything with yarn and threads. And they use knitting needles or their hands or special machines. So they are like that is I calling it autism thing would be dumb because they're not autistic, but that is like their thing basically. And I was talking to them on the phone because, like, you know, we didn't get a chance to talk a lot, and so we got on the phone, we got to talking. And they're like, well, Akko, I know that you really are interested in drama, because we had like been talking previously about like just about some drama in general. And they're like, there's this. Well, actually, hold on, let me pull up their text messages because we went from text messages to phone call. Let me pull up exactly what they said. Because we were talking about... Oh, I remember what it was. So what happened was I had told them that we ended up in a Vice article. My podcast, Under the Tea, ended up in a Vice article. And they were like, is that a big deal? Because they know what Vice is. Because a decent chunk of normal people kind of know what Vice is. So they were asking me like if that's like a really big deal, if like they were asking me if I'm okay or all that kind of stuff, because they know not like my political leanings, but they know just kind of like the kind of person I am, and so they were like, is that okay? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And so we got to talking, and they told me that there is right now in the knitting community, if you can imagine it, chat, there is a knitting community, okay, where if you can imagine, like with the VTuber community, with the VTuber sphere, there is people there's all kinds of people in many different sections of Twitter, or if they're not on Twitter, they're just on YouTube or Twitch and all that kind of stuff, and they all fight with each other. But in the knitting community, it's kind of segregated to different Facebook or Instagram boards where these people all commingle and talk with each other. And my family member was telling me that there is drama because there is this apparently very prolific like knitter that is like a plus size positive person, and she was like, and this family member, chat, they are they're not like left or right, they are they're kind of like me, where they're just like if they will vote for the person that represents their values the best, but like they told me that they were observing this plus sized body positivity knitter attacking random other knitters. And basically what she was doing is she was scouring these profiles of these other knitters. Sorry, I feel like I have to make sure to go heavy emphasis on the T. Otherwise, some people might think I'm saying something else that I'm not actually saying. But like they were going after these other like knitters and seeing if they were too right or too left, and if this person, this influencer, who wasn't a small size, by the way, I haven't actually looked them up. I'm not really interested in it. But like, this individual has like a couple, like they're in the tens of thousands of followers, like the low to mid tier range, I guess. And they were looking at people's profiles, and if they felt like these individuals were right-leaning, or not even just right-leaning, but like espoused beliefs that weren't more left-leaning, they would call them out on their profile and try and get people to go after them. Now, unlike in the VTuber scene, where if you do something like that, it really doesn't amount to anything except for some people on YouTube, on Twitter, potentially unfollowing you. The thing that really sucks in the knitting sphere is that most of these people that she called out are store owners. And if you can understand, if you are a store owner, and you've got a Facebook page for your store, the very big detail that you typically don't get with VTubers is they have their address right front and center and their contact information right front and center because they own a knitting store where they sell yarn with people. And this body positivity fat, he's fat and body influencer that does knitting, she was coming across these people that were either slightly conservative or not, and then blasting their business on her Instagram stories or just her Instagram or her Facebook page, telling people to go cancel them, to go harass them, all that kind of stuff. And it was really like my family member was telling me how insane it was to view, because she again, she doesn't like really fuck with the internet drama that I have. She like takes one look at it and says that's way too much for me. I don't get it. I don't understand it. You know, you do you. She basically is like a you do you, Occo. But she looks at it and she's like very standoffish, basically. But like, she found the whole thing she found it kind of depressing, and I agree. Especially in the knitting sphere where everybody does knitting. Like, it's very insane to see this, because like, it's just a sphere where people come together, they share patterns with each other, you know, like knitting patterns, you know, so that they can help each other become better, like with their knitting, or to make things that they're really interested in, or to share patterns because maybe they need something different for their body. And this woman had decided to just kick up an entire shitstorm of hate and anger with the entire sphere. You're making the word sound weird. I'm sorry. But like, and like, what's really insane about it, number one, the person that they shouted out like negatively, apparently they were like, I don't care. I'm just gonna sit here and continue doing my thing. But like, it was like a very big deal where I think a lot of people, and again, this is something that, because they're in the knitting sphere, I think that most people just don't understand that, like, most of these people don't care. Not only do they not care, they're like, dude, I'm just here to knit with my fingers, or with my finger, you know, all that kind of stuff. And they just don't care. Tell me the story has a happy ending. The account, as far as I know, the account has not been banned. And I would, like I say with everything, not encourage you to try and find it, because like, just don't. Leave these people to their own petards, basically. But like, most of the people that kind of like were observing this, like, they just didn't care. Like, the woman that was being harassed, she's like, listen, I got my own store, I got my own stuff that I do, I really don't care about any of this stuff. really don't care about this stuff. So fuck off, basically. He's fat. Yes, chat. He's fat. Oh, goodness. So that was kind of like a funny little drama that a family member told me. She's like, you can talk about this, just don't mention my name. And I was like, obviously, listen, I'm not going to mention your name. I'm not going to mention your name. I already don't talk about other family members. But thank you for feeding me this silly little drama thing here. All knitters matter. Yes. Yes, they do. Oh, now they care about patterns. Next, they're going to look for the profile of every garment to see if it's good enough. Exactly. Oh my gosh, you guys are funny. You guys are very hilarious. But that's why I love every single one of you. I will tell you guys, I am like doing my best to try and memorize I don't get mad, but like I try to memorize people who come on my streams, especially the frequent ones, because I want to be able to like recall you from memory. I'm trying. Listen, I have facial blindness. I've got that autism retardation, and because I do, I don't always remember people's names. If you're a frequent person in the chat, I feel like I do a good job at it, but like I'm trying to memorize people's names so that I can so that I can like give you guys better experiences. But I am appreciative of all of you. I hope you know that. I hope you know that. Knitters with attitude. Oh, what's up, my Nitta? Oh my gosh. See, what's funny is, again, this family member is not like in the internet drama at all, period. So if I go to them and say, I told this story and everybody just started making N-word jokes, like, you know, she's not like, she's not a bigoted person, but she's definitely going to be very confused. Notice me? I notice you. I am too quiet in chat. I definitely remember you, Lobert, for sure. You come around enough that I remember you. Anyway. By the way, I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but I am planning to do a member stream next week where I sing. Finally, we're gonna do a sing stream. It's gonna be some karaoke. We'll see if we can get the songs. I have a couple songs I want to sing. I will be singing without the filter on because I don't think that the filter will do me very good. You know? But that is the plan. So if you want to be a viewer for that, it is going to start at tier 2 members. So if you are a tier 2 member, you'll get access to it. And then it will be accessible. I love you guys making the funny jokes here. It'll be accessible to everybody else. After like a month or so. Karaoke stream, yes. I'm getting some hype, yes. I will tell you right now, I used to be a choir boy. Alright, I used to sing in the choir. I had a falsetto tone, so they put me in the middle of the choir. No auto-tune. Oh gosh. That sounded bad. Oh, I fucked it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I broke it. Hold on, let me try and fix it. There we go. Oh, I hit the hard tune and it broke it. That was hilarious. Discord knitter, you should just voice train to sound girlier IRL. Okay, listen. That already kind of happens, alright? That already kind of happens. This is my voice. This is the modulated voice, all right? The only difference is that it sounds me like, it makes me sound 10% more gay. Ira, thank you for the, did you send both, did you send 2 super chats? What the fuck? It looks like you sent 2 super chats. Okay. Doesn't sound different to me. It's different enough that I don't like listening to myself. Like I said the other day, at this point, I only listen to myself. I'm only comfortable with it when I have the voice filter on because I just don't care. But for the most part, yeah. It's not much different. Never sang above a low baritone. Teacher kept trying to put me in tenor. Nice. I didn't attempt to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you sent... Wow, I'm sorry about that. It says you sent 2. That's weird. 10% more gay? Yes. Doubling up? Yes. I appreciate it, though. Appreciate it, though. He sent 2 in case? Yes. Well, here, we'll read the super chats, and then we'll get started with the main event. We'll read the supas and then get on to the main event. But yeah, there is going to be a membership stream on Wednesday. You have to be a member, tier 2, in order to see it. It will be given out for free after like a month or something like that. If you are a member on Twitch, like if you're just like a regular tier 1 member on Twitch, you'll get access to it there as well. Because, yes, that is how I plan to do it. 10%. Yes. Yes. All right, let's go here. Sly for 5, I believe before the stream started. Yippee fun YouTube chat. Remember to like the stream. Also remember to laugh at stupidity. Ugandan accent. Do not eat the poo poo. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes, thank you. I heard the shorts. It was significantly obvious. Yes, it was very obvious. Banana Prince, thank you for the 5. My contribution to the Yippee Fund. I hope your headache is gone. It's getting a little better. Like I said, I almost didn't stream tonight. It's just a combination of some IRL drama that I really don't want to deal with. The internet drama and the shit that's going on the internet right now is just like really bothering me. I'm a Twitch member and a YouTube member. Yeah, if you're a Twitch level 1 sub, you get it. You'll get it. So, if you are a member on Twitch, you'll automatically just be part of it. So, yeah, that'll be because I want to make sure that the Twitch people get rewarded too, because I felt bad because I haven't done that, and I'm just like, you know what, they deserve it as well, and I felt like an asshole for not like doing anything special. So if you are a tier 1 member on Twitch, you automatically get rolled into that. I need to figure out how to add YouTube or Twitch people onto the same stuff. You know, I want to figure out how to roll into the same stuff so Twitch members can be in the same chats as the YouTube people. We'll work on that. Let's see. Your Motobomb for 5. Eat, you silly octopus. All right, we'll eat a little bit during the stream. We'll eat just a tiny bit. I promise. Occo hates the Twitch viewers. Not true. Not true. I'm just very slow. Very, very slow. Everybody knows this, and thankfully not too many people get upset about it. Thankfully. Earwolf for 5 and then 5 saying the same thing. Quote, how would you feel if you hadn't knit yesterday? I would feel very sad, which is why we knit every day. Booba, yes. I'm tier 2 on YouTube and tier 1 on Twitch. I'll end my Twitch sub and stick to YouTube. Probably a good idea. You should really only be a member in one. I mean, like, unless you want to give me more money, that's fine. But I personally recommend that you only do it in one place. I will say, if you do it on Twitch, you don't get ads. But if you do it on YouTube, YouTube gives me more cut, I think. YouTube only takes 20%. Twitch takes 50%. So technically, if you do YouTube, I get more of a cut. Sup, Akko? Hello, Gator. Gator, we're going to watch the iDubbbz content cop against iDubbbz. You're welcome to watch and call with me if you want. Up to you. Let's see here. Banana Prince again for 5. How much for an altar boy Akko model? That's not something I've thought of, but if you guys would really like one, we can like... I know for a fact that Ari would love to do something like that. Ari would love to do a boy Akko model. If there was a boy model, it would be the tanned boy. So that would probably be what it is. We'll see. We'll see. If there is a lot of love for it, we could start like a goal for it. But that would be later in the year because I need to go on my vacation first. Then I need to get new parts for my computer. And then after that, we'll see about it. Whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy. Sure. I'll pop on. I'm doing laundry and slapping down Kirsch and... Well, don't talk about that. I don't like... Okay. I really... Man... everybody, like, I'm watching all the curse shit happen. I'm just like, I don't care anymore, man. Like, I enjoyed talking about it when the first Vice article was written, but now I just don't care. Like, the same shit's it's gonna be a back and forth, literally infinitum. And it was fun to talk about the first time because I can come out and say I disagree with life ruination. I don't believe that people should be canceling each other because that's bad. And I said my piece, but now it's just like, I'm done interacting with it. I'm done interacting with it because like, it's literally just going to be the same song and dance on Twitter, until people just like stop or die. So I am just like, something significant needs to be done for it to continue, you know. It's become its own, listen, not only has it become its own beast, but again, like, and this is no offense to anybody here, but like, it's made me reiterate my opinion where it's just like, I hate politics so much. I hate, you know, I really fucking hate politics, man. Like, I don't know. That's as much as I could really say on it. I just look at this whole situation. I'm like, I fucking hate politics because can we just blame politics for this? We don't have to blame anybody specific. Just blame politics because like politics did this to us. And if I could ban politics from the VTuber sphere in conjunction with drama, I probably would. And then I'd go back to playing Warframe and laughing at shit on Warframe. Anyway. There has to be something significant in that whole beast for me in order to talk about it, because I just don't find it interesting to talk about anymore. I hope that's okay. Chat. Like I know like the whole game sponsorship thing happened, and I think that sucks. And I think if people are upset, they should voice their concern. If they want a refund, they could try to get one for sure. But otherwise, I really just don't care anymore. I obviously hope that they stop trying to cancel Kirsch. They stop taking away her forms of monetary income, because that's destructive for all kinds of people. That's just destructive for everybody. Have I seen the new Spider Frame? I did. I almost played Warframe tonight, but Warframe takes a lot on your internet. And because my internet is still weak and gay, I don't feel comfortable using it right now. So I'm afraid I might not be able to play Warframe on camera unless it's like super duper chill. I don't know. We'll see. I could try it, but I'm afraid that I would like murder my internet instantly if I did that. I don't know. I only side with the crowd that makes better shit posts, therefore right-wing stuff is funny to me until it's not. I mean, fair enough. Anyway. Yeah, like, I don't know, my entire head is just like, my head hurts. And, like I said, my headache is almost going away. I think that part of it was just work. Because work is work, but yeah. Anyway. Chat. Also, Thonza with a 0, thank you for becoming an elite member. Just in time for the membership stream. It'll either be on Wednesday or Thursday. Actually, no, I think I'll make it Friday night. We'll make it a Friday night thing. So that we can do it during the night, you know? So I think that's probably what we'll do. Anyway, let's move on to the main content for the evening. Warframe gives me motion sickness. That sucks. Warframe is a good game. Drink more water. All right, I'll do that. Also, hello, you ate my rice. Hello, hello, welcome. Ugh. My internet can't squat 200 below parallel. I get that joke. I get that joke. Anyway, let's counterculture comedy is always the current funny side. If the right is in the power, the left-wing comedians are the funny ones, and vice versa, because they speak out. I disagree, because right now the left really isn't. The left is not in power, and they still aren't funny. Period. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't find that funny. Anyway. Hello, Gator.
Hello.
You're
is my
right.
mic working? Okay.
Yes,
Sounds
it
like
is.
it is.
You are like way too close to the yippee. Make sure to treat her very well.
Okay, I just hope I don't get headbutted, because
Oh,
looks
don't worry.
like she's going.
She is, but like she's excited. She's very
She's ready
excited.
to watch this this content cop. Now, I've heard that it's very reminiscent of like old iDubbbz content cop, so it's kind of got me a little interested here.
It is. I actually really like. So I listened to the first 45 minutes of it. So I will stream it. I don't know if you are gonna watch very much. I'm gonna have Minecraft on in the background just because this is edgy zoomer. But I will be.
Oh yeah. I'm playing First Ascendant.
Oh, perfect. Well, I'll make sure that the audio is on so you can hear it. But like, it is pretty good. I have never watched this creator before. I actually looked on his channel, right after I started watching this, and this guy does do a lot of music related stuff. So, this was like a first for him. And my assumption is that he decided to do this because just like, I used to like you, iDubbbz, and then you did this shit. And so now I'm just gonna make fun of you.
Just gonna dunk on you.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that a lot of the old content cops kind of followed a similar vein where it's just like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah, it's just like you're just sitting there on your phone one day like he is in that picture, and it's just like, you know what? Fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah, and he does a lot of the old classic skits from it as well. Like he actually does have a police uniform. Not an official one, but he does have a police uniform, and it's really good. Anyway, chat, I did put the original video in the description for the video, so if you are of the stream. So if you're interested in watching this for yourself, go give the guy a sub. This video has over 500,000 views now, which is awesome. It's been out for 4 days. It might get up to 1 million, who knows? Well, so we'll add another one to this and get started with Content Cop iDubbbz.
Means something. It means that we would like to pause
We'll watch
this
the,
relationship. Stop
we'll
it.
watch
I'm
the intro in
powerless.
full
No,
screen.
you have a ton of power. That's exactly what you get for being filthy rich. I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate whatsoever on my end. I was morally grandstanding and acting as if I'm any better than any of these people that I was making content videos.
I love it. He's going to a police department.
What we do here is go back.
It's very classic.
Yeah, this has the old school vibes to it.
It does. It definitely does. Unironically, I was thinking about doing a content cop on a VTuber in the future. None that people like, but like I was thinking about doing one. And if I did, I would have to do it in VRC for the skits because
I was about to say VR chat would be the way.
Yeah, that was my thought. I was already thinking about some of the worlds that I would go to, and I would have to get like a police model. It would be so good. I watched this whole video. Bro is hella entertaining. He is. Chat, go give this man a sub. He has only 32,000 subs. He deserves more than that.
I need to invest in a VR chat model one of these days.
Huh?
So I need to invest in a VR chat model one of these days.
So what I will say is, if you want a 3D model, those are typically over $1,200. Although
they're very expensive.
You could get somebody to kit bash you a VTuber model or a VRC model. That probably would be cheaper. You just got to be super duper specific on with what you want. Let's see here. Hello, Elf. You're welcome to join too if you'd like. Hello, hello. It's a good intro, by the way.
Hey there, folks. I'm your local content cop. I make sure everyone's content is up to par, and if it's not, I will bring them to justice. We've all made content that we're not very proud of. You know, maybe you made music for a very controversial project that you might regret, or maybe you went on stream and shouted that America deserved a terrorist attack. I'll spare you any further examples.
I'm gonna be honest. I want this guy to make a content cop on his son. That would be beautiful.
God, that would be great.
Like, we need one. So, I mean, like, Willie Mac Show kind of did one, I guess, but not really. But we just need one done. We just need one so badly. I don't know. Who would you, like, if you didn't get one by this guy, who would you want to do a content cop for Hassan?
Technicals.
Technicals? Really? You think he could do one?
I think he could. He could pull off the style of humor because it's very similar to his.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And he's already done a couple Hassan videos too.
Has he really? I have not really watched any of his content. So, I would have to. Is he one of the ones that you, isn't he one of the ones on Twitter that was believing the comment cop shit from a couple weeks ago?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
But on today's episode of Content Cop, our theme is friendship. Today we're going to be talking about a former great on YouTube that has turned into one of the biggest disingenuous, hypocritical, spineless pussies that I've ever seen on this website.
This stream is definitely getting claimed.
Anissa Jamha's husband, iDubbbz, otherwise known as Ian. Some people call him Ian. I'm going to be calling him Ian. Oh, come on, Cameroon. You're just mad that iDubbbz doesn't say the naughty slurs anymore. He's very mature now. I think you need to grow up. That actually has nothing to do with it. I honestly could not care less what kind of words he uses in his videos. Also, that maturity narrative is complete bullshit. He does damn near everything that he apologized for to this day. Most importantly, we're going to be talking about how dog shit his content is now, but before I get ahead of myself, let me fill you in on why we're...
Oh, hello, Elf. Let me pull your thing up on screen. There it is.
Hello.
She is a little bat. I love technicals. I've never watched him. I know, isn't he like big in the
fighting game community?
Yeah, I was about to say
calling out their BS and stuff.
Yeah, something like that. He's
essentially the content cop for the fighting game community.
Okay. Fair enough.
And by the way, in regards to who should make a content cop on Hassan, I think John Farn could make a very entertaining content cop.
Who?
JonTron.
I mean, would it be? Yeah, but I don't know. I think he deserves to do one on Destiny.
Into it. But yeah, oh yeah, that would be.
Him doing one on Destiny would be pretty fun.
Yeah. Destiny, I owned you. I got a child and a wife. You don't got either.
You know, instead you have pending litigation, but...
We're here and who we're going to be talking about. If you're very keenly aware of this situation and you just want to get on to the video, here's a timestamp, or you can use.
Oh, that's really nice of him.
YouTube. Otherwise,
we're not skipping the timestamp though.
You know what this is kind of reminding me of? This is kind of reminding me of like when when Johnny Cash came in and totally stole 9 Inch Nails hurt from them. Like, this is way, like, iDubbbz came up with the content cop stuff.
Yes.
All right?
Yes, he did.
This is being done way fucking better. Like, and so, like, like, iDubbbz is having his ass handed to him right now. In his own freaking...
With his own,
like,
his own
little
stuff.
Gimmick. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think what's funny is, like, you know, iDubbbz did used to do it really good. This is basically what the content cops are, or should be. But, he just doesn't do them the same anymore. It's really sad, very unfortunate. EvaElfpire, Ava, you're not hiding in our walls, are you? I know how bats operate. No, she can't hide in your walls.
I'm hiding in everybody's walls all the time.
Oh, well, I was trying to give you an out, but fair enough.
Welcome.
It's okay, as long as there's no holes, I can't go into the house. because I had to be invited in.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough.
Welcome to the Filthy Frank Show.
Oh gosh, this is
iDubbbz gained
classic.
popularity with his collaborations with Filthy Frank & Co., as well as his edgy and offensive humor seen in Kickstarter crap, bad unboxing, and Content Cop. Despite being really funny at the time, his offensive vocabulary would likely not fly on YouTube today.
Oh, it's a single piece of paper that says
Nice friendship.
Now let's bring in one of his close friends for over 8.5 years, Ethan and Gila Klein of H3H3 Productions.
Classic.
Their videos together marked some of the most iconic collaborations during that era of YouTube. As times changed, so did the creators. Filthy Frank went on to become Joji, MaxMoFo and Anything for Views would start their channel, Cold Ones. H3H3 would focus on their podcast.
You know what's sad? I think
I wish YouTube
MaxMoFo.
could be like that again.
What? Oh, like old edgy?
Yeah, like old edgy. Like that was like the best era for YouTube.
It definitely was, but nobody got paid really well back then. I think this is the era
That's
where
true,
everybody
too.
gets paid. It's just like, do you want to get paid or
Yeah.
do you want to be edgy?
That's true. I mean, I kind of wish you could have just a little edge.
I want to get paid to be edgy.
I mean, technically
Right.
you can be.
That's the ideal.
Fair enough. No, but yeah, what's really crazy is like, you know, looking at all of those people, MaxMoFo really did come out to be one of the better ones. I still think he still retains some of his old edginess without being hyper edgy, if that makes sense. But like, he still did a decent job without like sacrificing on himself. And he got married. Oh man, that was crazy. And then iDubbbz never went to his. iDubbbz decided to get a tattoo with his wife instead of going to his buddies.
Yeah, that's messed up.
It was very messed up, yeah.
Which didn't go without its own controversies over the years, which left iDubbbz to move on and try different types of content like documentaries on enigmatic figures of the internet. As Ian moved away from his old content, he would run into a few of his own controversies, which we will be dabbling into today. But what I really want to nail in here is throughout all of that, H3 always stood by Ian, even at the expense of his PR. After his documentary with Sam Hyde, Ian's content would
Fantastic documentary, by the way. Everybody should watch the Sam Hyde version before you watch the iDubbbz version, because the iDubbbz version really sucks. So, yeah.
really start to lose his soul, which we'll get into later. But let's fast forward a bit. Enter Hassan Piker.
We think the
America deserves 9/11.
Bloodthirsty,
violent, pissed
A
off.
hype beast, polarizing socialist streamer, and former co-host of Leftovers, a show on the H3 podcast. Hassan and Ian were very friendly. Everything was fine until the October 7th Hamas attack on Israel, which led to a falling out between Ethan and Hassan. More on that later. After a long back and forth, this rift peaked with Ethan's return to H3H3 Productions releasing content nuke Hassan Piker. While Ethan's fans praised it, Hassan's fans and orbiters like Denims and Frogan did not, which drew the attention of Psychopath, Bad Empanada. Trust me, more on him later. Since then, Ethan has been harassed by multiple snark subreddits, had CPS called on his kids, and even had 2 human skulls sent to his house. Meanwhile, Ian's former editor Froggy Tonic, whom Anissa, Ian's wife, was
Oh
still
my god,
publicly
I
engaging
forgot
with
about that. Remember when we were joking on the stream? I think Sparky's was in the stream at the time, and we said, like, they're gonna start doing mafia tactics where like
Yeah.
like body parts are gonna start showing up in his mail, and then that actually happened.
Yep.
And I'm like, guys, I was joking, what the fuck?
What's crazy is they're real. They're not even fake. They sent 2 you can I didn't know this.
Yeah,
But you can actually-
yeah.
You can actually buy human skulls for like $2,000 on the internet. Don't know why, but
Yeah,
you can
you
do
can.
it. Oh goodness! Did someone send iDubbbz the Sonotry medallion? I don't know if it was sent to him, but he did wear the Sonotry medallion.
He did wear one.
Yeah.
Oh god, what? Yeah, that's right. I remember the picture, and he looks unhinged while wearing it.
Yep. That's what happens when you put on a Sonotry medallion. The demons come.
Like a but demons.
I like how just a shit post I made on a podcast I went on has like turned into its own thing. People forget I was the one that,
that's
that
always the
originated
best.
that.
Really? I can't. Okay, refill me in on that one because I forgot about that.
Yeah, I went on my buddy Roscoe's podcast for a Halloween episode, and I was talking about how like I was convinced that like he had accidentally created like a demonic tulpa, Chris-chan did, and that was why like Magi-chan had its own like seeming independence, and that Chris like could not control what Magi-chan wanted or wanted to do. And I was like, and then he like must have infused his demonic tulpa into the necklace.
Oh my god.
yeah. And now everybody else is cursed. Does that mean we're allowed to blame
What's
you for this, Gator?
hilarious is like I am
Yeah,
a
it's my fault.
pagan, and I've got to tell you, like the weirdness around the Sonichu medallion, there has to be something to it, whether it's psychological, spiritual, what have you.
Mm-hmm. I definitely think it's psychological or maybe a little bit spiritual. I don't know. I do believe that if you give demons too much power, they will take advantage of it. But it is definitely
Oh yeah, big time.
creepy. You know, very creepy. Gator went on about how Magi-chan is the demon that haunts the Sonichu medallion. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. FF7 victory theme. Yay, thank you for meeting the gold chat. I will set a new one just for funsies now.
On Twitter, started posting tweets harshly attacking Ethan and Hilo with misinformation. When Ethan asked for Ian's support, he chose to stay out of it, until he didn't by choosing to release a dogshit video titled Content Cop H3. With all that out of the way, let's continue. Ian, that one was for you. I hope burping is still funny. To start, let's look at Ian's video, I Miss the Old iDubbbz, and see what his principles are now that he's above his old edgy content.
I have made some cruel, hurtful content. The content I'm talking about specifically are content cop videos and videos where I was just generally criticizing people for very
Solomon's Ring.
lackluster reasons. I was morally grandstanding and acting as if I am any better than any of these people that I was making content cop videos on. And I'm not. I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate.
Okay, so
It is really insane. Just like, as somebody who is seeing modern day iDubbbz right now, like, listen back to that and just like, what the fuck happened with this video? What changed? Is it just that you're friends with Hassan now?
Well, that's what it is. Like, he sacrificed all the values that he used to have. One, for his association with certain people, but two, for a paycheck.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%.
I'm
because
wondering if it's something that happened suddenly or something that like degrades the character slowly over time.
Like, gradually. Like, well, I'll tell you one
Yeah,
thing.
like
A
some
lot of
Anakin
this does go
Skywalker shit.
back. Yeah, a lot of this goes back to the YouTube adpocalypse, when edgy
Yeah, that's
content would get your channel demonetized. And so I think it was a gradual corruption from YouTube no longer allowing the types of content that they all produced.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went from not just like not wanting to do edgy content, then it became like moral and tone policing, which ultimately with YouTube and other platforms essentially like, because then like when the alternative influencer network stuff happened, that's when it went from not just edgy content is verboten, but also like political content of a certain variety is now verboten too.
Yeah.
And that's when you saw a lot of people like iDubbbz like immediately make like a ideological shift.
Part of me wonders if it was always there and he was just
Well, I think
quiet
it was
enough
always
about
there,
it.
but then it became like you didn't just have to be like left wing or whatever. You had to virtue signal it too.
Yeah.
Because you had to let people know just how like right you are,
Mhm.
so that you could continue to get advertisers. And you know, I don't hear a lot of people bring up the alternative influencer network stuff when they talk about this, but I think it has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. No, for sure, for sure.
So content cop videos were apparently bad. Ian doesn't think it's okay to morally grandstand and thinks that content cop videos
I love
are
the Wii
hurtful
Sports
and
theme in the
cruel.
background.
Someone disappeared, huh?
No, he's just his chin disappeared.
Oh,
So instead of changing your content cop format to not morally grandstand or whatever, you do the same thing, but instead of the use of slurs, you just make a hit piece on your friend of nearly 9 years. Then you include people like Denims, who have promoted malicious misinformation that has directly led to in real life harassment of Ethan's kids. So are you pro-harassment or are you anti-harassment?
I can recognize that you did not deserve the hate and harassment that I sent your way.
I would make, a couple videos, the content cop and the content deputy, and then I would say, okay, I'm done. For me, it was done. It was not done for the people who watched my videos. It was not done.
Reminder, this is his podcast where he talks with his wife about very open information. and he gets very intimate with information that Ethan Klein definitely shouldn't be talking about, but he shouldn't be talking about either. And they both just sit here and talk about their trauma all day.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I think this is a...
Oh, so they just sit and trauma dump? That's fucking weird.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the content deputy, but iDubbbz is like, listen, your show is not a like a dumping ground. It's just like, motherfucker, your show is literally a dumping ground. What are you talking about?
You really shouldn't trauma dump on your podcast. If you have like an anecdote, it should be something genuinely funny.
Yeah. No, I agree, and that's why I don't like either of them. But I just think it's funny that he uses it as a like, Ethan, you trauma dump on your pod. Is like, so your wife telling people that you shit your pants is not also weird.
Yeah. So for people wondering, because a lot of people are actually recognizing. But yes, the Wii boxing music is in the background, and the reason why is a lot of Nintendo games, including like Legend of Zelda and stuff like that. Their soundtracks don't get hit with copyright ID. I don't know why, but Casual Geographic does it with their ones. They do a lot of Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess OST in the background, and not a problem.
Yeah.
And I think it's because at the time, Nintendo allowed those videos, like those games, to be streamed and stuff and played on YouTube, and as such, the content ID hasn't been added. So
here's what's funny about that.
Creator note.
Yeah, here's what's funny about that. Some songs do get claimed, but they get claimed by rap artists that remix the song.
The fuck?
Yeah, I've had this problem too.
Sorry.
Is that they'll upload their mixtape and it uses like samples from these games, and then they put them into the content ID system. And it's really notorious with like Metal Gear Solid 2, like the Colonel's speech.
Stupid.
No, yeah,
because I had one of my videos get from like forever ago that actually predates the when like the mixtape was uploaded. Like they tried to strike it, and I immediately was like no, and appealed it, and they took it off. But the fact that YouTube content ID gets abused.
Getting that in my thing where like there's a tab that says we found your content in another video, and I'm like, you're showing me content that somebody else owns that I just reacted to, and you're claiming that I own this content? How the fuck is that?
Yeah,
YouTube's archive it, but
YouTube system
is broken.
If that is crazy, see, here's the crazy thing, Ava. You are gonna archive that, but there is going to be some malicious motherfucker that's gonna be like, I wonder if I can use this to steal it. You know?
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, I know some people probably can do that. It's really gross, and I feel like.
I mean, okay, is it wrong? Like, I'm smiling when you said that, like, because I kind of had like a Goku moment. Because like my inner lawyer went, "Oh, let's fucking do this," because then I'm gonna send so much shit to YouTube, and they'll be like, "Oh, I am sorry. Here you go."
Yeah. You gonna go lurk?
Sorry, gremlin laughter.
No, you're totally fine. Is that Ava? Yes, it is Ava. It is. But yeah, that is something that happens.
For the person who was being harassed. I didn't plan on making a content cop on H3.
I don't know, maybe you just lack empathy?
I have always thought that I was an empathetic person. I think only in these past couple of years have I gained the ability empathy. It sounds really pathetic.
It is very pathetic to say that.
32, I've acquired empathy.
No, Ian. It is pathetic.
You know, my empathy
is very
meter's
pathetic.
Only maybe like a quarter of the way filled up. But it...
Yeah, what a perfect excuse. You haven't filled your empathy meter enough. I'm sorry I fucked you over, sir, but alas, my empathy meter is only 3/4 the way full. Ian, you were 27 while making those videos, but you're telling me all of a sudden over 5 years you just, boom, gained empathy? I'm sure it had nothing to do with the fact that you would not have been able to make that content in the post-2020 adpocalypse era of YouTube, given the fact that you were pleasing a new content cop before.
Yeah, he,
Goddamn, calling it like he sees it.
Ooh. It's a nice little town that's being built here.
But no. It's because you decided to start caring and feeling empathy. Where was all of this so-called empathy in the H3 content cop? You never mentioned CPS and
yeah, by the way, no empathy whatsoever. That's why it's so shallow and dumb. Oh my gosh.
Video, and your veiled attempt at empathy was only sprung by the YouTube apology ratings guy not changing his rating for Ethan's apology video.
But I asked him if I hadn't responded the way that I had, how would the video have ended differently? And he said, oh, absolutely.
This doesn't make you look good or caring in any way. It makes you look...
By the way, that guy took down his video because he was like kind of embarrassed being included in iDubbbz video. Really kind of crazy. And iDubbbz doesn't feel bad about it whatsoever. Whatsoever.
Look manipulative.
I was morally grandstanding and acting as if I am any better than any of these people. That's exactly what you get for being filthy rich.
Ian, you are a massive hypocrite.
And you know what else is massive?
We're going to take a pause from the H3 drama for a moment and take a look at Ian's changed content. It's fucking dog shit. Unlike Ian, I'm actually going to try to provide some context here. iDubbbz would crack well over 1 million views for every video he uploaded since mid-2015.
Fuck, if I just had Undertale in it. Undertale sometimes gets claimed too.
As his videos went from well thought out comedy videos or goofy bad unboxing videos to ranking playground equipment. To put it simply, this content is boring and genuinely unfunny.
You can get pretty dangerous with swing sets, especially if you're doing it side by side with another person.
And this isn't because he's not doing commentary videos anymore. Whenever he does, those suck as well.
My studded leather sash gives me 8 strength and 8 agility, which, no.
Oh, dear
let's
God.
do that over again. Why did I say
Yeah, that mullet,
Cringe.
like, that mullet is terrifying. I'm going to be real with you.
Everything here is cringe.
Cringe and terrifying.
8 strength and 8 stamina.
It's very evident that Ian has lost a sense of humor. Maybe this is a side effect of gaining a quarter bar of that empathy meter, but it feels like he's lost any sense of irony. In this video, he basically makes a pseudo content cop on carton arcs. It was very poorly received. It's just very apparent that Ian just doesn't get it.
Yes, it's very easy to call these people unhinged. Another word you can use is disabled. Their brain isn't working like yours or mine. For some
Damn, no, just call them retard. That would be much better.
What?
Just say retard.
Yeah, like, that would have been better than what you just did.
I feel like calling somebody mentally ill is like
Wait, Carnark,
worse.
isn't that the guy who runs up with the sticker?
I don't know. That's a
Like,
good
I think
question.
he, like, people who inappropriately leave their carts behind. He walks up, he slaps the sticker on the car, which is against the law, by the way. And he has this whole thing about it.
I don't remember, honestly.
I might be misremembering that. It might be something he puts under the windshield or something, but I just remember it's harassment.
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, that is definitely harassment.
Some people, they feel like they have to answer the door.
What the fuck? Yes, Ian, responding to someone in public who's talking to you makes you disabled. Ah, you're a retard. You're fucking retarded. You're disabled.
Amen.
You respond to someone in public, you're fucking disabled.
Let's go.
There you go.
Is this person fucking retarded?
Yes.
Dude,
Before you
give
say
this
that
guy a
people stopped
subscribe
watching because
immediately.
he stopped doing all the series that he was known for, he tried returning to bad unboxing, but it just felt soulless.
Good craftsmanship.
By the way, chat, we'll read super chats here at about the 20-minute mark.
Oh, I like that. I feel like a little pupil. Oh, it's big girl panties. You think I'm gonna wear this? I'm not a large. I'm a medium, homesprung.
He didn't allow people to send in fan mail.
That was good, iDubbbz. Holy fuck, I miss it so much.
Yeah, that was actually
Probably
funny.
because
Oh, fuck.
he was scared of his own audience.
I've learned a lot since the last bad unboxing. Number 1, do not trust strangers to send you packages.
Like, nobody cares about the packages that your wife ordered from your Discord on Amazon. They want to see the whimsical shit that your audience sends you to get a reaction out of you.
Yeah.
The only good piece of content around this era was his collaboration with Max and Chad, not only because it was nostalgic, but because Max and Chad are genuinely funny.
Creator Clash. Punching, boxing, fighting. Money. Money? Sponsorship.
I think this was after he lost money on Creator Clash. Oh.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Max and Chad haven't aged one day. Meanwhile, Ian just looked like he got out of rehab for meth. Most underwhelming reunion I've ever seen. If this was Ian from 7 years ago, this would have been a lot less dry. I feel like he's constantly trying to be on his best behavior for the mob. It's very clear the juxtaposition between Max and Chad versus Ian. Ian looks depressed.
Oh, is this guy streaming right now? Well, if he's still streaming when we're done, maybe I'll raid into him, say thank you for making the great video.
damn near soulless.
Yeah.
And as a former fan of iDubbbz, it was hard to come to terms with the fact that Ian just isn't funny anymore.
Oh,
which
Cameron
sucks.
F305 is.
Yeah, if he's still streaming afterwards, I'll raid into him.
This is Flaming Pegasus. We're out here looking for Deputy Washburn. He's been missing for a while. Two placed.
Pegasus, I don't give a shit.
I hope he does go back and clean that up, because I think that's littering if he doesn't.
Before we get on to our video's focal point, I feel it's important to give a bit of context on some people that are pertinent to the situation with H3.
No,
First up,
not
we
the
have Sean
fucking
DeBla-
Persona music.
Damn it, I said people who are pertinent to the situation.
Solve all of our problems, we would have socialism at this point. If someone just went out of their way and
So first up, we have Frogan.
Holy shit!
Never have any fucking pity for any.
Yeah, that's the guy that says if you say the N-word, you should be killed. That's how evil that guy is.
What a psychopath.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
All right then, my ninja.
Meanwhile, literally have Jazz come on the stream and say it openly and encourage other people to say it openly.
Oh my god.
I mean, he is black, so he's allowed to do it, but he encourages other people to do it that aren't black, so it's amazing.
Oh, so he's just handing out
U.S.
passes.
military?
Yes.
Boo fucking who? I hope you get PTSD.
the next day.
You're joining them. You're like, oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get.
I noticed, by the way, if you noticed, her super chat goal does not go up between days. Ooh. Ooh.
Brutal.
Sorry, that's really funny.
I'm not trying to shame people on money they can or can't make. You know. But, oh.
I mean, but she's
Ooh.
also genuinely, like, not a good person
No,
either.
I agree.
Also, like, look at that goal. I don't want to watch anybody do her makeup. I'm sorry.
No. No, I agree.
Just not interested.
It's
Yeah,
like she had the clown shotgun from The Simpsons.
Chad is saying allegedly that Denise is in Texas with denims and left her hubby. Apparently she's been on.
Really?
Apparently she's on Tinder down there. Okay, I'm gonna need to see some proof of that.
Yo, what the fuck?
I'm gonna need to see some
That's
proof.
a big bold claim there.
I need to see some proof
Yeah,
that
that's a big claim.
Ian Joma's wife is on Tinder down there. I say Joma because he took her name, so I need to see some proof that Ian Joma's wife is on Tinder down there. So you're gonna have to send that to me, chat.
Yeah, and it can't just be like a profile. Like, it's got to be like proof that's actually her.
So share pics or it didn't happen, Hassan. Or Hassan, show pics or it didn't happen, Piker.
Get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
Jesus.
If they posted it in my head, I'm like, based? Based?
A Hassan Orbiter, Twitch streamer, and moderator for Hassan Piker. Other than her close association to Hassan and just being extremely unlikable, Frogan is notable for being kind of the first domino to this situation. Oh yeah, also she was twice nominated for Rising Star of the Year at the Streamer Awards. On October 7th, after Hamas's attack on an Israeli music festival, Frogan tweeted this.
Leftists preach and foam at the mouth at the thought of a revolution happening in America. But as soon as what happens in the Middle East, what they're doing is wrong.
After this quite insensitive tweet, Ethan Klein quietly unfollowed her on Twitter, which caused Frogan to have a giant meltdown. She started tweeting a bunch of shit and crashing out on Discord and went on stream and started throwing shots at
that's
Ethan
fucking
Klein.
weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, she is kind of fucking weird, so you're not wrong.
I know, but like,
That you can
she
imagine.
she tries to pull the Irish exit, and Frogan just loses her fucking mind.
Yep. No, yeah, that's kind of Frogan's thing.
That the suffering of an Israeli person is valid, then you're lost. And the same goes for Israelis. And again, I say this to them blue in the fucking face.
It's not wrong to think that a terrorist attack
All right,
against
nothing
an
going
innocent
on in
group
that
of
woman's
people
head.
is gross, especially while
No, she
acknowledging
just
the many
lost the,
problems with the
quick time
Israeli
event.
government. This would just cause a shit-slinging match between Ethan and Frogan, and before we go further...
By the way, we will not call her any names because we know that on Twitch she doesn't like being called names. So we're not going to call her names on here. But I know that people have called her a fat bitch, and that's not nice.
Further, we need to introduce our next character.
No, absolutely not.
Denims. She is a much more
Exactly.
popular Hassan waiting room, and for whatever reason gets a lot more attention than Frogan, which I'm sure has everything to do
But they
with
can't
her
stop me from
riveting,
thinking things.
groundbreaking commentary.
Even if you are forming any memories at 4, you're not going to be able to remember them past like 15. You have maybe 1 or 2 memories. The average age of adults' earliest memories is 3.5 years old.
Are you just reading off of Google?
Yeah, she was reading off of Google for that one.
I have
And
plenty
also
of memories from
3.5
my
years old.
childhood.
There you go. I have shitloads of memories from I have an eidetic memory. My memories are fucking cursed. I remember way too much.
Yeah. I will say that you're
Like
probably
me,
in the
the
minority
Internet
for
Drama
a lot of memories.
Encyclopedia.
Yeah, I will say you're probably in the minority for having a lot of opinion, or not opinions, a lot of memories. But no, yeah, you are correct, Ava. You are very correct.
Memories at 3.
A
I
group
like how
including Denims
she's
and Frogan
there on stream reading the fact that she's wrong. Like she just made a claim and then read on stream, no, people start forming memories at 3.5.
Yeah. Well, you know what's crazy? It's from chat. That's not nice. I would not call her frumpy, chat. That's very mean for you to say. I would not. I have to disavow that. But one thing that is kind of gross is apparently that's the same talking points that predators use when talking about children and being mature. I'm not saying that she is one. Not saying that she is one. That would be disgusting of me to say, and I would never do that. But that is a talking point that they use. Can we say
Yeah, that is a
Can we say portly
it's
or
a
slim
grooming
challenge?
tactic.
No, chat, you can't. All right, let's continue.
hosted a panel at TwitchCon where they created a racial tier list. At the top you had Arab and at the bottom you had Love Sabra. And if you know what Sabra actually means, not the hummus, then you'll understand why it comes off as racist. I wonder
For those that don't know, it's a Jewish Israelite.
who appeared in that tier list.
Person is one of my favorite people, Ethan Klein.
I told you guys to clap.
You guys are missing a category for Zionist.
Well, obviously it's Love Sabra, right?
Yeah,
it has to be.
That's easy. That's
Now let me introduce the top of this little pyramid scheme we got going on here, Hassan Piker. If you'd like a more in-depth history on Hassan, I'd recommend watching this video by June the King. It goes way more in-depth into Hassan than I'm willing to go into today, and the link will be in the description. To briefly summarize Hassan's content, he's an extreme leftist political streamer with breathtaking boots-on-the-ground coverage.
We did it successfully. We stopped Vladimir Putin from invading Ukraine. Or maybe that was never gonna fucking happen. Like I said, it was never gonna fucking happen.
Oh fuck! I love his crash outs. There needs to be a.
Jesus Christ, he just crashed out for like he was okay and then he wasn't.
Yeah,
That's how it works with him.
We need a
Like
stream.
holy shit, that was so sudden.
We need a stream where it is just watching his crash outs. I think that would be amazing.
Hassan crash out compilation.
Yes, people will come to that.
You need like
Look, that
7
was
or 8 of
sudden
them.
enough. Now I'm looking for. I'm sorry. I'm looking for markers for borderline personality disorder because that's how fucking. That's how. No, I'm not joking. That's how crazy that emotional swing was. Like that's a red flag for those kinds of things. What are the cluster B type personality traits?
I will say.
To be able to just go from like a little agitated to enraged
I will say.
in a moment. That's not okay.
No, I agree. But I will say he cannot
agree.
have BPD because he is not a woman, as far as we know. As far as we know, he's not a woman, so he can't have BPD.
And the tomorrow never comes.
There are men who have BPD.
Oh, I know. I'm making mostly a joke, but like,
It's a joke.
yeah, it's a joke.
It is, yeah.
Akko is live shit posting.
Exactly.
When there's no war tomorrow, they're like, you're lying. You're fucking lying, dude. It's gonna happen.
He's also grade A at taking criticism.
I believe you've done a couple videos about how dog shit I am. I think.
Did you watch the videos?
No, of course not. I have a policy of not really watching videos.
I heard you made a video shit talking me. Oh, did you watch it? Nah, I didn't, bro.
Such as that one specifically because it will frustrate me.
I've gotten numb.
I don't watch videos because they frustrate. They make me sad. They make me sad, chat. I don't watch meme videos about
Look,
me.
guys, it makes me angry, and I can't handle my eggies.
Exactly.
Like it's not. As a matter of fact, I seek it out now.
You want to debate about a video you didn't even watch?
Why? Yeah, of course.
And he also has this quirk of blaming everything or assuming everyone who disagrees with him has ties to the disgraced political streamer Destiny.
It's 100% like fucking rabid Destiny fans, dude.
It's quite the strange deflection considering he fits that category perfectly.
If you don't like him, you're a Destiny fan.
He's also known for deflecting criticism by blaming the genocide in Gaza.
Go fucking yell at streamers for not covering sufficiently the ongoing active genocide in Gaza instead of coming in here and fucking chirping at me.
But the main takeaway is Hassan is a socialist grifter and a walking example of a hypocrite down to his lifestyle and actions. Our next character isn't necessarily a friend of iDubbbz, as far as we know at least, but he is a central figure to this situation. Bad Empanada is a psychopath that nobody, including Hassan, likes.
I'm never gonna watch a Bad Empanada video on the stream. I'm just letting you guys know. You're out of your fucking mind, okay? You think I want him to write like 700 hours worth of new YouTube essays about how I have wronged him? I don't want that. I don't want that at all, okay? He would perhaps benefit tremendously if I did watch his YouTube videos on this channel, but I'm never gonna fucking do that. I have an official blockade on Bad Empanada videos on this broadcast while I'm live. That's number one. And number two, he's not just
This
mean on
broadcast,
Twitter.
oh my
He is
god, what a
psychopath.
pretentious cunt.
He's not just mean on Twitter. He is the
That's
most
him.
insane person on Twitter.
That is until Bad Empanada started going batshit crazy towards Ethan Klein. Then Hassan and his orbiters started peddling him constantly.
Oh, dude. Okay. Okay, critical support to Bad Empanada has gone up by wide margins now, okay? Oh, dude, Bad Empanada went from bad to good Empanada. Bad Empanada went from Bad Empanada to based Empanada.
To show a really easy example of why Bad Empanada is a psychopath, here's a clip of him playing a game looking to shoot and kill IDF secretaries. For those who don't know, Israeli-born citizens are required to do mandatory IDF military service, including Ethan's wife.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ela, who was a
no,
secretary.
I'm being
I'd like to pay
exposed to
tribute
all
to
kinds of
Ethan
stuff
Klein
I
and the new
haven't
Twitch
been yet.
TOS that declares Zionism. Zion is the slur. I'd like to pay tribute to him by playing the first in Al-Aqsa video game where you kill Zionist soldiers as a Palestinian resistance fighter, which is the.
Oh my fucking god, there's no way.
Is the Israeli army a bunch of Ethan Kleins?
Yep, there he is. Holy shit, yep.
They're all on a fucking Ozempic binge. They don't understand what's going on around them. They haven't noticed me. Where do they keep the secretaries? In here? I'm hunting for secretaries right now. Secretary got
another example of this guy just being a fucking
Oh my
piece
gosh,
is when
what a
he
fucking
used
man
out of
hat.
context clips
Maniac,
to some
excuse me.
narrative that Ethan and Gila's children were contracting giardia and other unknown diseases from eating dog shit and trying to paint Ethan and Gila as bad parents. Oh, and of course Denim's reacted to it and promoted the idea of CPS being called through her chat.
covered in dog shit. And he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog shit. I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it or if it's just from like contact with it with their hands or something.
And
That
CPS
face.
did end up getting called, which Bad Empanada tried to take credit for. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to list everything else on screen that he's done. Just take a look if you're interested. This final character is also a big part of the dominoes falling
Wait,
between
can we go
iDubbbz
back?
and Ethan.
That last one said something about fleeing Australia.
Yeah, he fled Australia to Argentina.
Due to criminal and civil. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yep.
Holy shit. Holy shit. What am I looking at right now? What does that mean?
It means everything you think it
Oh
does.
my god. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So this man fled to Argentina because I guess in Argentina they don't really extradite the same way that that a lot of other countries do.
Yeah, they don't. It's why a lot of Nazis went there.
I'm not.
No, I'm just stating historical fact. I'm not
Historical
associating
fact. She's
anybody
not
with
making a
anything.
claim
Yeah,
or
that's
anything.
no, yeah, I'm not just saying that a lot of Nazis fled Germany to Argentina because Argentina doesn't extradite.
I got nothing to add on that.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. I somehow become more autistic than you, Occo. Something's happening.
No, you're good. You're good. I just found it funny because it's just like.
It was a good moment to drop that fact, I think.
No, you're fine. I just thought it was funny because it's just like the guy that's aligning with people that are acting like Nazis fled to a country that Nazis fled to.
Actually, yeah, like he pulled a freaking move from the Nazi playbook. Holy shit.
Yeah, he did.
Look if you're interested. This final character is also a big part of the dominoes falling between iDubbbz and Ethan. It's iDubbbz's former editor, Froggy Tonic. Not to be confused with the fighter who was kicked off Creator Clash 2, Froggy Fresh. The reason this guy's relevant is because he kept tweeting heinous shit towards Ethan and Neela, as you can see on screen, all the while Ian and Anissa were openly and publicly interacting with him.
What the hell is this?
Is that her last name?
He's taken her last name.
Testing, Hassan's Piker. Testing, 1, 2, 3, pussy, testing. Hello everyone, Henry Handjob reporting live on the scene. As you can see behind me, we have the woods where it's believed disgraced former detective Ian Jamha is residing. We have some major breaking news that he has been identified as a suspect for content uniform malpractice, otherwise known as cum by professionals. Other members
All right, we're going to take a super chat break now. We're going to take a super chat break now. That was amazing.
Beautiful.
Oh, man, that was awesome. Thank you, chat, so much for your love tonight. Thank you for hitting the first goal. We set another silly goal, and we'll set silly goals all night just for funsies. The Yippee wants to go to bed nice and happy. You guys gave her blankie back, and now she's asking for milk before bed. So... Nice callback to the Rice Gum content cop. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Oh, that was good. He said the thing. He did. Ava for 2. I'm always watching Occo and the Gator. Always watching. Always watching. You're just kind of there. Let's see here. Wolfsbane for 5. Technicals is more known for his Smash community content, which has grown into its own beast outside the FGC. It's very bad and deserves its own deep dive. Interesting. Mercenary for 2. Did anyone send iDubbbz a Sonichu medallion? I don't know if someone sent him one, but he definitely put it on as soon as he got it. So, don't do that, chat. Wolfsbane for 2. Goal. Thank you for hitting the goal. Very much appreciated. Mercenary again for 5. My money is spiritual, so cursed. Even the devil's afraid of it. Elf Lawyer ever going to do a review on Smash JT? That is a good question. Smash JT has definitely done a lot.
I've been avoiding... look, Jesus. Look, I've been avoiding trying... Like, I haven't wanted to, but he has done so much recently that, like, it's unavoidable at this point. I have to cover him.
You think so? I mean, I did a video that was critical of him.
Yeah.
I'd say that if you are...
No, it's... I saw something he posted today that was like, why the fuck are you still talking about this shit? Just shut up.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
Yeah,
I'd punch him in the face in Minecraft.
Yeah, I just like, I don't care. I stopped engaging with it because I told him, I was like, this might not be a good idea, buddy. And he's like, oh, my lawyer said it was okay.
There's no way your lawyer... God damn it.
I can
told me.
almost guarantee
Oh
his
my
lawyer didn't say
God.
that was okay. He probably gave his lawyer like, hey, is it all right if I say this specific thing? And the lawyer's like, yes, that is okay. And then he's like, oh,
And
so
then
that means
he
I can
took
talk about the
that, like,
case.
he took that inch and he went 3 miles.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I don't know. That's up to you if you want to cover it. You're another lawyer, so you'll definitely have a more critical opinion on it than I probably will. Let's see here. Motorbomb for 2. Ian's comedy got nerfed in exchange for quote-unquote empathy. That is not empathy, Chad. I will tell you. As an autistic person that doesn't understand empathy very well, that is not empathy. At all.
No, it's not empathy. In fact, it's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
One of the most disgusting things is this, like, political, like, fake empathy that you see on one particular side of the aisle, where it's like they feign,
So
like, oh,
it's called,
we're
it's a
super
personality
understanding.
trait. It's most usually recognized in very skilled narcissists, but it's called the dark empath. It's somebody who's able to recognize and utilize emotion, but they do it for the sole purpose of manipulating another person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not real
Yeah.
empathy.
Yes, it's fake. It's almost like
It's
almost,
sociopathic empathy,
yeah.
which sounds fucking weird, but that's about the best description for it.
Mm-hmm. Ding. I just made 2 new swords. Let's see here. Wolfsbane again for 2. Can we say portly or slim challenged? Well, you said it already, so we'll just say yes. Mercenary for 2. I remember stuff from 1 years old or sooner. Yeah, I remember. I have a memory from when I was like 2 or 3, asking my parents if I could go to
I got
an amusement
memory
park.
from when I was in the womb.
You know, Ava, I think you beat me out on the
right,
autism.
Negative.
I think you beat me out on the autism. Not gonna lie. I'll let you have that one. I'll let you have that one.
Hey, Yippee throwing his mind, chat.
Oh no, no, you can't have that. That's still mine. That's still mine. Let's see here. Sly for 5. Big the cat voice looks at Frogan. Froggy, there you are.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh. All right. Thank you, chat. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for your support. Very much appreciated. Let's get back to this though. This is not pain. This is actually fun. This is very, very amazing. So we'll get back to the fun. Oh my gosh. Gruelgar, thank you for the 5 right at the last moment. Ava, will you be covering Diddy? And can't we charge Hassan for treason by now? I don't know, Ava. That's a question for you.
You know, we can't charge him with treason. If you want Hassan to be politically humiliated, just watch him get kicked out of the DNC live. It's fucking amazing.
Yes, I agree.
2, probably... I don't know that I'm going to cover the Diddy trial. If it's televised, I'd love to do a trial coverage, but other than that, I'm like, it's such a mainstream trial, it's going to be hard to separate fact from fiction.
Well, here's a better question. If Andrew asks you to come on while he's doing it, would you do it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. The fact that Occo makes an accurate Big the Cat voice scares me. All right, let's continue.
Members of this gang, Socialist Griftorio, is known as Hassan Piker and who can only be described as Grimace from McDonald's. Back to you, Margaret.
iDubbbz is very spineless. Along with his hypocritical nature, iDubbbz was too much of a pussy to piss off his new friends instead of defending his close friend of nearly 9 years who was being harassed. Harley Morenstein of Epic Mealtime recently did an interview where he talks about how he defended Ian and Anissa back during Creator Clash 2. It feels like these are the types of things that you normally do for friends. Of course, the friend I'm talking about is H3H3 Productions. Ethan and Elo were constantly defending iDubbbz to a fault, I would even argue. You can argue it's fair to say that maybe they didn't want to get involved, and that's fine. But what's not fine is ignoring your friends after they ask you to denounce the egregious behavior of someone who at one point represented you and is currently being signal boosted by you. The clip I'm about to show you is from the episode Snark called Child Protective Services on us.
If you want to hang out with those people and not stand up for another girl that stood up for you.
She's friends with people like Denims.
I know,
in her chat,
yeah.
Which I'll
she's
show.
friends with
Denims is
Denim.
actually participating in this whole Child Protective Service lie. Child Protective Service is even the worst thing. I mean, she's said worse things about you and me. I just don't see how you can be my friend and also be friends with someone like that. The last thing I said to Anissa, we were texting before I ever talked about it. She's like, I don't care about this guy. He's a nobody. And, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, then you'll have no problem publicly denouncing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, the conversation ended.
She never replied.
Anissa, Ian's wife, never responded. And what's hilarious about this whole thing is when Frogan was
here's
crashing out
something
on...
interesting that I will say, because normally I say, like, who your friend is friends with is usually none of your business, except for a few exceptions, this being one of them, because that friend is actively targeting, calling CPS on, and doing all this other harmful stuff to that other third party. So it's like, this really isn't a place where, oh, I can just let you be friends with this person, because that is a route to me, and this person is an objective threat.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. It's like, if you're not like gonna be a staunch defender when I've been friends with you for, or at least thought I've been friends with you for 9 years, probably not friends. Not gonna lie, probably not friends.
stream about Ethan unfollowing her, Anissa was in her chat comforting her, saying, "He'll realize what he's saying isn't the best in a week or so." The cowardice behavior continued until it became pretty clear that iDubbbz probably agreed with what Froggy Tonic was saying, as he talked about it on his podcast.
Ethan's upset with, I think, some of our connections.
No, Ian, it's not your connections. It's people you openly call friends. More on this later, but what a cop-out way to phrase this.
We want to stay out of the drama as much as possible. We don't want to pile on.
Oh, is that so?
I had a lot of friends when I did my apology that did not fuck with it in the slightest.
Yeah, they didn't agree.
And they still don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? When he says that, I'm like, are you saying that like Ethan didn't agree with you? What do you mean by that? What is the meaning behind what you're saying right now? Because that's kind of what it sounds like.
No shit. Your apology was pretty useless and dumb. And although he's
What do we think of the video so far? It's pretty good.
made some slop, I think Moist Critical had a pretty good take on the apology, which I agree with. I'll link the video in the description as well.
Don't agree with it, and I don't really expect them to come to bat for me or anything if they don't agree with it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't expect them to speak up, period, on any of it.
I appreciate that they don't.
Right here is the core of why I'm showing you this clip. He doesn't agree or doesn't care about what's happening to Ethan and Hila. Maybe he just disagrees with some take that Ethan has on the conflict, like that there should be a two-state solution or that Hamas terrorists should also be condemned as well as the Israeli government. I don't know. Maybe there's some behind-the-scenes shit we don't know about. Maybe he doesn't fuck with Ethan calling people out who encourage harassment against him and his family.
I'm sorry to everyone that I made content cop videos on. We want to stay out of the drama. We are friends with Denim. You did not deserve the hate and harassment that I sent your way. No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping is what he needs.
Even when we don't say something, they think we're saying something.
Our silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure you...
Come on out, Ian. Where you at, Jama? Hey, Stingray. Turns out Detective Washburn is no good. We're looking for a police impersonator. This is Bernie Pegasus. Do you come? Stingray, do you come? Fuck. Sir, have you seen this suspect? No. Calm down, son. It's just a drawing.
Oh my god.
It's really good. That's a really good soy jack in my personal opinion.
That's good.
Has anybody seen this man? Have you guys seen this man? Have you seen this man? Don't worry, it's just a drawing.
Now, folks, there's a new sheriff in town. Now let's get down to why we're here. My lieutenant just informed me that there's police impersonation afoot, and I gotta bring him to justice. Ian recently uploaded a Chon Chen Top on H3. Remember my first point?
I'm sorry to everyone that I made content cop videos on. You did not deserve the hate and harassment that I sent your way.
Yeah, Ian, you're a hypocrite. Hypocrisy aside, like his other more recent content, I'd like to talk about just how bad this video is. This isn't a content cop. His Cartnarks video, as bad as it was more of a content cop than this video. This is like an iDubbbz complains. It's a shitty video about his personal feelings on H3. It's poorly edited, it makes horrible points, it's not funny, and again, it just feels soulless. But despite all of this, it's still his best performing video in 3 years.
That is really sad.
What's up, everybody?
Wow.
I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the Hassan broadcast coming to you live from a cloudy day here in California, Los Angeles. We're live and alive, and I hope...
And just like that, the 1 minute and 30 seconds of hope that we had for this video is lost. The video immediately derails with this.
That was amazing.
Oh, I never made that
I did
connection.
not see that coming.
Me neither. I should say, chat, by now, I have stopped watching the video.
This person's inclusion. Okay.
I can watch it on camera.
Okay, this video sucks. What are you doing? This is not it. No! Denims? No!
Mr. Beast!
Ethan, wake up.
Wakey, wakey, Ethan.
The dumb skit aside,
Oh my
this
God,
feels
I
like more
fucking
of a
eye-rolled
taunt
so
than anything.
hard during that
I'm not sure
part,
how this is
I
going
saw
to
my
prevent
brain.
harassment
Yeah.
against your close friend, as you say you're so morally against.
We don't condone harassment of
We
any
don't
kind.
condone harassment of any kind.
Cameron, we're all here to see you lampoon the skit. Please, Cameron. There isn't much I can say regarding the skit that hasn't already been said itself. I'm sure you want me to make fun of it further. Yeah, the Fortnite dance was retarded. Sorry, a token. This just isn't a funny sketch. And what baffles me the most about this is that in the past, Ian has made impactful and funny sketches that improved the overall video. But this just falls flat.
If I would imagine this in 2016, I would think, oh yeah, if I ever do that, it's gotta be because I lose the plot. Well, it turns out it's not me losing the plot, it's Ethan.
No, dumbass, it's you. And that fact has
Okay,
become
so-
very apparent.
First critique of the video.
Of this video?
That clip, that clip of Frogan with the Jabba the Hutt language made me actually spit take my root beer, and now my nose is burning.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh no. It's pretty good though.
It is fantastic so far.
Yeah. I hope you're okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm be good.
Okay. Good.
Parent over the past couple of years. Quite honestly, I should have known that the second you decided any of those tattoos that make you look like a reformed skinhead looked
Oh, that's
good.
a really good picture right there. Reformed skinhead is very correct in my personal opinion. I feel like Jack or Todd would definitely accept him into their Nazi gang. Look at that. Why that eagle? There's something wrong. There's something wrong with that eagle.
Oh my God!
But to
Hello,
you-
CameronF305. He apparently went on a stream.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah, DJ Zubbit Scout just said you're on a stream.
Oh snap! I feel very embarrassed. Hello there.
Yeah. Dude,
wow.
amazing
Hello.
freaking video, by the way.
Yeah, very great video.
My nose is cursing you to the end of the earth, though.
The jump scare was beautiful.
Yes.
Well
Dude,
done.
the absolute chest kiss.
Fat shaming is based. You know, I remember a time when fat shaming didn't used to be part of the TOS when everything else was. He's saying, "What's up? What's up?" Good video. Oh man,
very good video.
Yes.
You captured the style fantastically.
No, yeah, it makes me really yearn for
Greg, iDubbbz no longer owns Content Cop. You are the captain now.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, pretty much. Pretty much.
Maybe it was the LASIK surgery that went a little too deep into
Oh,
your
goodness.
eyes.
All right,
and
let's get the
melted
zoomer
your
back
brain.
here.
Maybe Sam Hyde kicked you too hard. Cameron, please stop being a.
You know, I do wonder if he did suffer some brain damage when he did boxing during Creator Clash 1 and 2. Because he lost both times. Did he lose in one? I'm pretty sure he lost at least in one. I know at least he lost in two. I don't know if he lost in one. I want to say he did. But I swear that iDubbbz definitely had some sort of
brain damage going on here, because it definitely feels like his personality got even worse.
I agree. He's the sheriff now. Oh my gosh. Sheriff time.
Cyberbelly.
I would say that Hassan was very
He
well
was just
equipped
made commissioner.
Yes. Content commissioner.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you for the
content
reminder.
commissioner, motherfucker. Yeah.
Thank you for the reminder, chat. Yeah, chat, go sub to this guy. I included the original video in the description here. Pretty sure it still works. Let me double check. I included it right when the stream began, but I removed the parts of it. Let me make sure it still works. Yeah, it still works. So go give this man a sub because he is fantastic. I think this guy deserves more than he does. And I really
Big
liked
time,
this
yeah.
video. I really liked this video. So yes, I love this. Love this so far.
Talk about that topic.
Yeah, Hassan has the political know-how. The same guy who before this conflict couldn't even locate Yemen on a map.
Doesn't know where Yemen
You know what's funny is Hassan actually reacted to that clip recently. It would take like a couple minutes for me to look on Yeet because Yeet tweets all day. But apparently Hassan admitted during a stream that he did this where he couldn't point out Yemen for fun. He did this as a joke. he actually knows where Yemen was, and he was just BTFOing everybody on that. So like, I don't know how truth that is. I don't know how truthful that is. I don't really believe him, but he's claiming that was
Joke's on you. I was only pretending to be retarded.
Exactly. Just like Aaron Hansen. It's
Well,
just
you may have been pretending to be retarded, but the problem is you went full retard. Never
Exactly.
go full retard.
no, exactly.
Never go full retard.
No, when I saw it, I was like, okay, I don't believe you. All right, and you're never going to be able to prove that is the case. It's like, no, you definitely couldn't point out Yemen. Like, you definitely couldn't point out Yemen on a map, man.
Okay, I'm gonna click close.
Bro, you know what I would actually like to see Hassan do? Like, let's
what?
like zoom it in, and I would love to see him just do the states and capitals of the United States.
Oh
Like,
gosh.
let's see him pointing that out. I bet he doesn't get about 50%.
I mean, I definitely couldn't point out capitals because I only studied states when I was schooled. And I forgot most of the states because it wasn't very important to me.
To be
But
fair, I remember the Animaniac States and Capitals song, so
This is
that's the only
true.
reason why I could do it.
I will say, there's probably a decent chunk of people that probably couldn't point it out. But like, I'm not gonna get on
But
camera.
that's the thing, like, I can name them, and I think I did do it on stream. I think I got 78%. So,
Mhm.
like, even knowing all the states and capitals, I didn't know where they were.
Mhm.
And I think just, Hassan, like, your scope is too big. Like, even if you were America-sized, you couldn't get a passing grade.
Yeah. No, it's like one of those things where I know that I probably can't name it out because it's been a while since I've actually devoted my brain power to this. But I'm not going to get on camera, pretend to be like some big smart political guy that knows where all of the states that I'm protesting for are, and try and point them out on a map very like poorly.
Didn't he try to do, like, an IQ or logic test, and he, like, completely fucked up, like, immediately?
No, that was Destiny. Destiny's the one that did that.
Yeah,
That's right, that was Disney. Sorry, I look, I'm confused.
This is very fair. Oh, okay. I got to admonish
all
you here.
midwits seem the same.
I got to admonish you here, Ava. They are very different, and Hassan really hates being compared to Destiny. Like, if you say that, he is gonna like.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna compare them harder.
Like, literally, if you compare Destiny to Hassan, Hassan is probably gonna pop a blood vessel. So I would be very careful because that sounds messy.
I'm closing it. I think no.
No.
Bro, I even know those aren't. Yeah.
We stopped Vladimir Putin from.
Even I know. Like, he clicked on those. Like, okay, I know what those are, and none of those are it. I just don't know which one it is.
Actually, you know what's funny? Because of the Nation of the World Who Hate Johnny song I did, I'm pretty sure I could hit the Yemen area.
Oh, you think so?
I don't think I could hit it, but I think I could hit at least the area. Far better than what we just saw.
No, I agree.
The
Like,
way
he
the
was
map
fucking
is
hitting the
designed, I might.
Mediterranean area. I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, the way the map is designed, I might accidentally hit Saudi Arabia and be like, "Whoops," and then like go next door to Yemen.
Yeah,
but
yeah, exactly.
like he wasn't even in the ballpark. Come on.
No, he clicked
Dude,
on
he wasn't.
Israel
He was
twice.
like, dude. Yeah.
That's kind of I feel like that's kind of insulting to both Israelis and Yemen people.
Ukraine, or maybe that was never gonna fucking happen. Like I said.
What kind of humiliation ritual
Again,
is this
Jesus,
video?
dude, what the fucking immediate
Yeah.
10 out of 10 fucking rage. Like, do you guys see why that's a red flag to me?
Yeah, if you just like go off of the like, okay.
For real, he's normal and then he's not at all. And it's like, holy shit.
Just like, are you okay? Do you need me to call somebody? Is that another? That is another.
I half expect, like, during one of those outbursts, his nose to just start bleeding. Like, he got an aneurysm out of sheer rage.
I mean, he is definitely that angry, so I would not be surprised if that happened. I would not be surprised whatsoever.
He gets so angry, I'm half expecting him to demand pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh, okay. Let's continue before I start coughing up a lung.
says that that may be a war crime. It literally is.
It's just eating the toppings. And the pizza looked like a burn victim. It was all disgusting.
It's very clear to anyone with a functioning brain how this kind of editing could easily be used maliciously. And this type of malicious editing plagues this video. There's plenty of times in this video where cut context is intentionally left out. Ethan actually already responded to this edit directly, showing that he was making commentary on the conflict at the time, as you can see.
He is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's happening to them. His wife's Israeli.
I really hate the music that he chooses to use. He uses a whole bunch. He's using Animal Crossing music to talk about the Israel-Palestine. Like that you don't do that.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, again, just because it doesn't get copyright ID'd doesn't mean you should use it. Read the fucking room.
Well, it's just like iDubbbz, I feel like even though he's a bit of a failure and he doesn't make as much money as he used to, he probably can still afford the $180 it costs for you to use Epidemic, which is what I use for all of my music. Because like I know that if he can afford Creator Clash, he can definitely afford $180 a year to use Epidemic music. I know that for sure.
Maybe he can't.
You don't think so?
No, I'm just making a joke because the last one
No,
flopped
fair.
so hard.
Fair enough. I want pictures of Luffy. Oh, man.
The state of Israel.
No, he's not. He's on numerous occasions called out the Israeli government and the IDF.
The Israel government is fucking barbaric, genocidal freaks. And I hate them.
I can't even begin to talk about how fucking bad faith it is, not to mention that Hila's military service was mandatory.
That is a pretty objective condemnation of Israel.
It is. Yeah, it definitely is. And it's just being left out. Good on Cameron for including that one there, because I forgot that clip existed. He can't even afford Creator Clash? This is true. At least use Naruto music? Alright, fair enough.
It's not like she was psyched to serve in the IDF.
They follow Hassan. Hassan is strictly a political streamer.
No, he isn't. Half of his streams are just him eating and watching Skibbity Toilet. Throughout most of this video, Ian's points fall very flat. There are many...
Oh, can I just say, by the way, as a quick aside, I have never really fully understood the Skibbity Toilet thing. I don't think I ever will. Like, I know it's like a SFM meme.
Look. It airs in it reminds me of something from my early childhood, like 2011. It's not YouTube poops, something called Gmod Idiot Box.
Oh, yeah. The old source filmmaker. It feels like the
modern version of that.
Yeah. I guess it's just...
weirdly now, apparently there's a coherent fucking storyline. I'm not gonna get into it, but like I don't know how you do that with a freaking head in a toilet singing a song, but hey, let's go wild.
Yeah. I guess I'm just not autistic enough for it because I look at it and I'm just like, this is annoying. I don't get it. Maybe I just don't have enough.
Oh, it's you gotta be careful. Like when I first stumbled across it, I watched 38 episodes in one setting, and I'm like, oh god, this is not good.
No.
Yeah, no, and I finally stopped watching around 70. But it's a rabbit hole and will pull you in. You don't have a choice.
Oh dear, that terrifies me. All right, I'll stand clear of it then.
Yeah, you
occasions
should.
Where he shows clips of Ethan that have nothing to do with the point he's trying to make and make Ian look really stupid. For example,
so when they see Ethan say things that are just not accurate and it's just propaganda, they're gonna call it out.
From the river to the sea essentially means the state of Israel is going bye-bye.
In what way is that propaganda? The river to the sea, that's the whole thing. It's extremely reasonable to understand why people rightfully believe.
Here's what sucks is I know that one of the reasons why I knew it would that kind of thing would work against people is people are fucking stupid. A lot of people in today's society are so stupid that they don't understand what that means, because when they really just quick aside, we're not going to be political here, but as a quick aside, from the river to the sea literally means all of Israel, all of it, because the river dumps out into the sea. That's what it means. And so I don't understand how people can get confused about it, because that's exactly 100% what it means. Again, not going to be political here, but it's just, ooh, there it is. Yeah.
Believe that.
The other day, BB fired a really good guy that
a lot of people are pissed about.
In his past content cop videos, there was kind of this unspoken rule that Ian was kind of against criticizing people for things that they've taken accountability for. So the malicious use of this clip is pretty sour. Ela misspoke, apologized, then took a break from the podcast after clarifying. What's the problem?
He's finding new people every day, basically, to get in fights with.
Of all people, this guy, Matt Lieb, Frogan and Denims, by the way, was the real villain of the video. Evil, hateful fucking, and I'll say it and I'll double down on it. And people, oh no,
bitch, don't worry, Ethan, I got you. Ian pulled all of these clips.
Oh no, don't double down on it. Yeah, it's funny.
No, okay.
It's funny because it's just like, oh, I shouldn't. I do love that Ethan
I love that there's people like behind the camera that like are clearly like just doing the whole like hand on the neck thing, like no, stop, pull up.
Yes, yeah,
Pull
exactly. Exactly. I think one of the best things about Ethan is that he does surround himself with people that'll be like, no, fucking stop, please, but while you still have the high ground.
Yeah, and what I like is he listens.
Yes, or he uses the button, which I'm gonna be. Can I be honest? I want a button. I hate that it's like $10,000 for one. I want one though.
It's how much?
It costs $10,000.
$10,000 for a button?
What, a play button?
Yeah, so this is a button that's regulated by it's not the FCC, but it's regulated by the communications division. And
that is the FCC.
Is it the FCC?
Federal Communications?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is regulated by them, basically. That's why it costs $10,000. If it wasn't regulated by them, it probably wouldn't cost $10,000. But like the entire purpose of it is
what does it do?
It deletes the last 30 seconds of your broadcast.
I'm pretty sure I could do that with. I'm pretty sure I could do that with OBS.
I could do that with a Stream Deck and OBS. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm pretty sure you could. You'd be at like a 30-second delay period because that's the only way it can work.
It would work. Yeah.
That is something that you could probably set up, but like it is an official button that you could set up on your system. I'll be honest, I'm kind of curious to look and see it. Again, like my stream would be 30 seconds behind. Oh, hello there.
Hello.
Hello. I am home from work. I got the groceries. Yeah, brought hamburgers back for everybody. All that good shit.
Oh, perfect. I'm eating one right now, so I guess I'm already enjoying it.
Hey, I'm having some fucking grocery store sushi.
Nice.
Pretty good, though, actually.
Was it made today?
Anyway, what I missed?
The first 30 minutes of it, we're going through the Chonchent shop right now.
Right. You did say that was the plan. How long is it?
An hour and a half. We're 30 minutes into it, so we're only a third of the way through it.
So I didn't miss too
and I had 3 minutes from having to leave though, so.
Oh, fair enough. You doing your own thing tonight?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, fair enough. Well, if you want to go now, you may, or you can just pop out whenever.
I shall.
All right, sounds good.
I shall. Thank you so much for having me. This was a lot of fun. And Cameron, if you're still here, amazing freaking video. Seriously, sub to him.
I agree.
He's now the content commissioner. He has stolen content cop from iDubbbz, like holy, like legally. I've judged it,
legally.
So fuck it.
Legally, the lawyer said so it's okay.
Yeah, the lolly approves.
The legal lolly approves. Yes. All right.
There you go.
The stream already feels 30 seconds behind. Well, then it would be like 30 seconds behind, period. I don't know. Anyway, let's continue.
Make Ethan look like he was just attacking people without reason. Matt Lieb unprovokedly attacked Ethan Klein on his podcast, then platformed Bad Empanada. Frogan, as I said earlier, crashed out over Ethan silently unfollowing her on Twitter. And this last clip was a stream called My War on Snark, which...
Read my super chat first? Well, she left already, sadly. I'm sure she saw it, though. Don't worry.
Wait. They say Frogan crashed out over being unfollowed on Twitter?
Yeah, so when Ethan Klein first was talking about the conflict... Frogan was unfollowed by him because of comments that she went ahead and said.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But it's like you crash out over somebody, just unfollow them. That's it? That's all it takes? Goddamn.
She's one of those kinds of people, yeah. She is one of those kinds of people. Don't let her escape, get the chains. She's a bat. You can't really tie her down.
You know, I had gotten that impression of Frogan up until this point.
Sent you the website for the button. Oh man, Ava's gonna miss that she didn't get to look at this. All right, I'm gonna hide my screen for a moment. So, we were talking about there is a button that is kind of controlled by the FTC which is why it's like $10,000 that are cost like $10,000.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, well, the reason why it costs that much is it deletes the last 30 seconds of your live stream. Let's see here.
Like just from everywhere and everything simultaneously?
From the stream.
Huh.
How much does it cost?
That sounds like something Hassan should probably invest in.
Well, it's what Ethan owns.
Oh.
Here, I'm going to see if I can find control panel.
Jazz is the coolest PNG of the group, not gonna lie. Oh, thank you. Yeah, a friend of mine made it for me. It's one of those fucking moving PNGs. Like it actually breathes and it blinks and everything.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
20K. 20K. I'm trying to find the pricing for this before I just show the page. Okay, that's the control panel. I don't care about that. I want to see how much it costs. Where's the...
Damn it. Why is it stuck in my head?
I hate websites that don't just show you the direct pricing for something like this. I'm so confused. Where is... I must just be hyper retarded. I'm very confused. Only from your stream? I thought for 10K you would have the King Crimson ability for the internet. No. So the way that, again, the reason why it's so expensive is because it is regulated by the FTC. And I think it has something to do with like, because like, here's the thing. All radio shows, all TV shows that do like, do stuff like this, they have an audio and a video delete button basically. So it's one of those things that because it's used on major TV networks, it is like controlled by the FTC basically. That's why it's so expensive. And again, like it is one of those things where it probably would be able to be done on a Stream Deck. They don't because most people are too poor for you to call for. You have to call for pricing? Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Fuck. All right.
That's fucked up.
Well, they don't show the price
That's
online.
wild.
Yeah, it's one of those websites where you actually have to contact them. That sucks. But yeah, that is something that like you could probably do with a Stream Deck. I don't know how you would do it, but that's something you could probably do it.
Well, I know that OBS allows you to have a like a buffer, and I think there's a way you can like purge the buffer. I'm sure if I looked online, there's probably a guide on how to set it up, and it'll like drop the last X number of minutes.
Here, we'll continue now.
Yeah, just in case you
Ethan was calling out
slur.
Denims for...
Huh?
Yeah.
That's just in case you accidentally slur, you know?
Yes.
Sometimes they just slip out, you know?
Look, the keys like right next to each other. I mean, come on.
Platforming Bad Empanada by showing and promoting his video where he falsely claims that Ethan and Gila's house was covered in dog shit and that the children were walking around eating the dog shit, which led to a false CPS report that Ethan's family had to deal with. Wow! With that context, it seems perfectly reasonable why Ethan would be upset at these people. Before we continue, I want to make it perfectly clear that I
sent you the store page. I saw it, but like it didn't show anything. That's why I didn't bring it up. It didn't show the actual pricing. If it showed the pricing, I would have showed it. You brokies can't afford to delay your stream by 30 seconds? I guess so.
Was on point.
I myself follow several people that I disagree with and or dislike. However, Ian seems to be trying to weaponize this argument into something that it is not. In this part of the video, Ian is talking about his former editor, Froggy Tonic.
Anyway, this guy was saying shit like that Hila's a Nazi, that she kills kids, that she's like a IDF baby killer, all this types of shit. And that's showing up right up on us Nisa's and iDubbbz feed. My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll
Send
get
to store
murdered.
Did you send like another page? Hold on. Oh, you did. Where is it? You sent like a pretty big store page, I guess. Brand Ross video. Okay, I have the brand up. I don't see the button on here. I see a lot of different software that they sell, but I don't actually see the button on here. I'm sorry, mercenary. I don't see what you're trying to point out here. I'm sorry. Jeez, look at how expensive this stuff is. This is a production switcher. This is $25,000. Sorry, Ted, I'm not showing the screen here, but like, look at how expensive. I don't even know what half of this stuff does because I'm not smart. But like, this is a I'm assuming this has to do with audio and shit. Like, that's 26 grand. This is I don't know what half of this stuff does, but like, I assume that there's a reason why it costs almost $70,000 for this. There's probably
Holy shit! God damn.
Let's see. This is a CamBot T600 series. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why this stuff is all expensive. My assumption is that if you use it, like, you have god tier audio quality. But
it's got got the Auto Blow 3 attached to it or something, right? Like, goddamn.
I guess. He just sent me the
it's
button
like really,
for the
really high quality.
He just sent me the button from the H3 Phantom. Thank you.
Oh, I see how it works. So basically, instead of doing it all through like OBS or whatever software, it's an external one that takes your output and kind of sort of like, you know how the Elgato kind of is an intercept between your two HDMIs?
Yes.
Yeah.
It works basically on the same principle, that it intercepts the audio and video feed and adds a 30-second buffer to it. So at any point you can press the button and it'll dump the buffer and jump ahead.
Yeah.
Huh. It's interesting.
Cost $20,000. Jeez.
Jesus. Nah.
$20,000 just to
Put
skip
that money
30
to better
seconds.
use.
30 seconds. That's insane. All right.
Listen, if you were literally skipping 30 seconds of actual time, like if you were literally King Crimsoning, then it would be worth it.
It's a King Crimson button.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it were like, if it affected all of reality instead of just your fucking stream, then I would pay. Maybe I'd be willing to pay for that. But like, god damn.
You hear that Asmongold and Hassan have gotten the attention of India? Okay.
Wait. I'm sorry. Hang on a second. Can you say that sentence one more time?
According to my audience, allegedly Hassan and Asmongold have gotten the attention of India.
Like both of them at the same time?
I don't know. I'm not paying attention to them right now.
Huh.
That's
it's like, what does that mean? What does that mean exactly? Like India's gonna start beefing with Asmongold or some shit? What does that mean? They've taken notice of them? Like,
you know, your guess is as good as mine.
What do you mean? What do you mean they got him? What does that mean?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm not that suspiciously rich. It's okay, Chad. I don't need 20 grand to buy a button like that. I'll see if I can do something like that on my stream deck and then just do that. Then we could have like a 30-second delay cutout or something like that.
Chad, if y'all pay me 20,000, I'll suck your dick right now. I'll do it.
That's pretty gay, my man. I'm sorry.
Listen, 20,000 is 20,000, all right?
I'm about to say, you might want to hold out for a little bit more than that.
Bro, $20,000 would make life so much easier right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. That's kind of gay. Just kind of gay.
You don't
well,
on my feed. What the fuck is happening?
Listen, I'll just press the button after it's done.
I only
Chat can only last like 20 seconds anyway.
Wait.
You and I both know chat's only lasting 20 seconds, so I'm good. That's within the parameters.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh man, Hassan claimed that India was.
I got levels to this humor.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I guess Hassan was claiming India was a terrorist state. India, really? A terrorist state? Really? India? I'm gonna have to take a hard press X to doubt that one there, Hassan.
How many terrorist states are there now? Because the U.S. is one, apparently. fucking Israel's one, and now India. So we got 3 whole like nations of terrorism.
Don't forget.
at work.
Don't forget.
Simultaneously.
Russia. Russia is one now too, I think.
Of course, yeah. Jesus Christ.
You can erase 30 seconds of the stream, but you can't erase the shame. The same goes for King Crimson.
Holy shit! Like, bro's gonna be beefing with half the planet at this point, right? Like, when's China getting added to the list?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on.
All right, let's continue.
You know,
Sorry, go ahead.
I only use lists. For all you know, I'm seeing these things tweeted out by my editor of a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is nasty.
For all we know, what do you mean we do know? Anissa was literally engaging with him throughout all of this, but besides that, you literally confirm it yourself.
I used to work with this video editor named Froggy Tonic. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet
That's a
where I'd
name.
be like, I agree with that.
And
if you don't know what's on my feed, I'm not going to retweet it or like it. Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago, what the fuck is happening? Mean shit.
This contradiction makes this entire point fall flat very quickly, and it's honestly pathetic how little effort went into making this video.
He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit, I'm sure.
A bunch of other shit.
A bunch of He said some crazy stuff. I gotta disavow it. He said that she was the C word. He also said that they were trying to kill their dog, and you know, there's probably some other stuff. I have absolutely no idea.
I feel like one of those things is way worse than the other thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, somebody can call me a cunt all day, but if they try to kill my dog, it's like, okay, wait, now we're serious. Now we need to actually hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
It's
no,
like
yeah.
now we got real beef.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can tank getting called a cunt all day long.
Careful, because
But if
YouTube
somebody
actually
comes after
does. YouTube doesn't
Oh,
actually
you're
like
right.
that. That's one of those few words that
Oh, my
YouTube.
bad.
No, you're good. It's just YouTube actually really doesn't like that word. Like, that's one of those few words that YouTube picks up for some weird ass reason. Like, there's a lot of other words that they don't care about, but that one, yeah, they care about that one.
Man, it's not even that bad.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know. I've never thought it was that bad.
Lots of frogs. Are these the gay frogs Alex Jones was talking about? We'll say yes, chat.
You barely scratched the surface. Oh, boo-hoo, he called someone the C word. What did he actually say, Ian?
Who the fuck is the person on the Reddit who's posting this in the first place? If you do a little bit of research, it seems like it's an account whose intention is to make Ethan crash out. One of the users on the Snark Reddit points this out. They're like, I've seen this account before.
I wish I had one of those. That'd be so much
What
fun.
the hell happened to you?
The other thing is, I wish I had one of those. It'd be so much fun if there was an account that was just dedicated to try to piss me off. Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
It would be.
That'd be so much fun, man.
I mean,
You would
technically,
think that.
all of VTuber Twitter has one. His name is Bint, and everybody needs to ignore him.
I have not heard of this person.
Be glad.
Yeah, he's one of those kinds of guys that tries to
You
piss
should
off.
keep it that way.
He tries to piss off VTubers.
I'd feel kind of bad though, because it's like, if your whole purpose is to piss off this one person, and it's a black dude, and it's a black dude that's immune to the N-word, like, what do you do? At that point, what do you do, right? Like, you got nothing stronger than that. So, like, what do you?
He'll find a way.
At that point,
He'll find a way.
I don't know, bro. Y'all know me at this point. I'm pretty sturdy.
This is fair.
Subreddits to make your point. The cherry on top is the person who made this post apparently isn't even the same dude the Snark is talking about, and this was found out less than an hour after this video's release.
That's funny.
The Gaza Strip, whatever it might be, I'll talk about it, no matter how ignorant of the facts I am. That's one very important thing to keep in mind, guys. I'm not a researcher. I'm a dipshit.
Also, I think Ian has just ruined the word crash out for me. He calls Ethan's behavior crashing out on the stream where he talks about CPS getting called on his kids.
Just like I'm not gonna throw Ethan Klein away because he's having a parasocial weird crash out.
This is a point Ethan responded to in his latest video where he also reveals that 2 human skulls were sent to his house. If that's a crash out, it's a reasonable crash out.
I've stood by that. when all the internet hated them.
I don't like that Ethan brought this up because it makes the relationship feel very transactional.
I don't entirely disagree with this point. Yeah, it's not cool to have an ultimatum, transactional type of relationship. However, wouldn't that make you a hypocrite, Ian? You give him a lot of ultimatums in this video.
It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out. Maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace and we can like rekindle our friendship.
Aren't you kind of doing the same thing?
I thought the text conversation that I had with him was very empathetic. I basically just
my empathy meter's only maybe like a quarter of the way filled up.
It's only like a quarter of the way to an empathetic conversation.
Yes, Ian, the moral arbiter of empathy. I'm glad you filled up your empathy meter a little bit more before making this fucking hit piece.
Adam McIntyre needs to just like disappear. That guy is a piece of shit, like of the lowest order. I never even stood by him when he talked bad about Trisha having a kid and called him like the spawn of Satan.
They never made a statement. They never said that they disagree with his statements about Trisha's baby until it's useful. And what it sounds like to me is that you did see it at the time and you were like, ooh, I don't like that. And you didn't endorse it and you didn't fuck with it. Huh. It's almost like that is a fucking identical situation to me.
Thanks. Yo, is this person fucking retarded?
Yes.
This situation isn't near identical in any way. H3 and Trisha weren't close or even friends at the time of this happening. They had no reason to publicly stand on anything, nor were they asked to. When they asked you to denounce the crazy shit your former editor was saying, you guys ignored them.
Because they're trying to like paint themselves as the good guys, and they're saying like, yeah, we strongly disavow things that are said, even about our enemies. We are the most immoral people on the internet. Unlike Ian and Anissa, who are fucking keeping to themselves.
You are not keeping to yourselves, though.
Fucking liar, dude.
But
that's
you
the
guys
problem.
weren't staying silent, dude. You made a tweet joking about the situation. Anissa was out there in Frogan's chat after the whole Twitter incident, and then you went out to make a statement about it on your podcast. If you were trying to stay silent, you did a pretty fucking awful job.
Some people call it like a lol cow.
I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anissa is half Lebanese and half Irish.
That's awfully convenient. What, Anissa's half Lebanese? Well, it turns out she might not be, according to Yoko Ono herself. I'm actually like 50% Irish. I peed on myself in the shower. I've been peed on. 25% Italian, 8% Arab. Now, maybe let's give her the benefit of the doubt, despite the fact she constantly talks about
my
her
gosh.
heritage. Let's say
Why? I love how she's having to try to have a serious. By the way, guys, I'm like 50% this, and somebody's just like, I'm peeing in the shower. That sounds about what would go on in an OnlyFans Discord server. Gonna be real with you. Sounds about right.
You know, iDubbbz is just being hyperbolic.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's still quite a stretch.
I'm just kind of curious about the whole fact that there is an OnlyFans Discord server.
Well, there might not be. I don't know. I'm just assuming that that would be what it would go on in one.
Because I'm just like, if I'm subscribed to an OnlyFans, like, I don't feel like I'm trying to share that with anybody, right? I don't feel like I'm trying to talk to nobody about it, right?
Yeah.
There's a server where they all just hang out and I guess talk about the porn they just bought. I don't know. What are you doing there?
I don't know. Again, I just made that up, but my assumption is maybe I'm assuming that it's just going to be like a server for the fans of the horror, basically.
Like the literal online circle jerk, like.
Yeah. Yeah.
To add 42% of your heritage to something and call it half. Keemstar is more black than Anissa is Lebanese. Shout out to Nicholas Diorio.
For anyone unfamiliar, the Irish have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide. On the part of the Lebanese, they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anissa is very well familiar.
While this is true, this feels like a weird and unnecessary oppression tug of war. And do I have to state the obvious here? That Ethan and Hila are both Jews. I know this is a deep cut, Ian. You may have never heard of this, but like, I think around 6 million Jews were genocided in this really obscure thing known as the Holocaust. Huh. I wonder what Anissa's take is on that.
That's a really hard question, and I think if people are being 100% honest, they'd give you a different answer than what you're expecting. As terrible as the Holocaust was, obviously, it was horrendous.
That is a very poor way to start an argument, by the way. As horrible as it was, as horrible as an event like this was, you know.
Right, there's a comma somewhere in here, right? And it's like, Where's this comma going? Hang on. Wait a minute.
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean? You want to back that up there, ma'am?
Disgusting the doctor was that did the experiments on people, gay people, handicaps, twins. I think that's and
Jews.
Obviously, they were obviously Jewish.
And
obviously, yeah.
People. They found
all the handicapped
Goes
gay
without
Jews.
saying, really.
All the gay handicapped Jews, you know.
Gay handicapped twin Jews.
Exactly. There's got to be a lot of them.
Making discoveries
Quite a
through
few.
that
Quite a number.
experimentation.
You caught us. We're not gonna run to your defense when, I don't know, we follow people. We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
Ooh. Yeah, Ian? Oh. How long did it take you to come up with that one, buddy? It's very malicious the way that this is phrased, as if Ethan and Hila actually care about who Ian is following on Twitter. It's the people you guys claim to be friends with openly.
Spineless, I'm cowardly, because I am following someone on Twitter. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, where we are friends with Denims.
She's friends with people like Denims.
I know,
in her chat,
yeah,
which I'll
she's
show.
friends with
Denims is
Denims.
actually participating in this whole child protective service lie.
You'll notice that Ethan and Hila start talking about this denim.
Fun fact, Denims is now planning to sue Ethan because he refuses to retract these comments.
Oh.
That's going to go very well. That's going to be very fun. I'm very, very, very excited to see how that lawsuit goes. I'm going to be real with you. I cannot wait to see that lawsuit in motion. It is going to be absolutely, utterly fantastic.
Character. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, where we
You
are
can't be gay and Jewish. It goes against the religion. Chat, there's a lot of gay Jews today that would probably disagree with you.
friends with Denims, but I would say it's the same level of friendship that we had with Ethan and Hila. It's like kind of an internet friendship. We think that she's a good person, like we think Ethan and Hila are good people.
H3 is clearly upset that Ian is admittedly friends with Denims. Denims openly promoted the idea that Ethan and Hila are bad parents and their kids are walking around in shit and eating shit and catching diseases. She then justified everything after CPS was called on H3 and is a terror-supporting rape denier who's yet to apologize for anything. Other than the CPS thing, which was barely an apology and it was made after the content cop. So yes, Ian, I question anyone who chooses to be friends with Denims or would openly call her a good person. You also gotta love this revisionist history, the same level of friendship.
I'm friendly with you, and I'd say I'm a light friend.
You guys were friends for nearly 9 years. You've called Ethan and Hila inspirations. You've met his family, and now he's just a light friend? By the end of this video, what are you gonna call him? An acquaintance? Another internet creator?
Yeah, we've been respecting you as independent content creator.
Yes.
I don't know, I think they're both probably guilty of saying things that they don't mean for internet clout and attention. Right now, one's a little bit more fucking nasty to me than the other.
Oh, I get.
Yeah.
I get it now. So it's about you.
She's
not about the
"I don't care
content, it's
this
about
guy.
you."
He's a nobody, and you know, blah blah blah. And I said, well, then you'll have no problem publicly denouncing it, right?
Mhm.
And then from there, the conversation ended.
She never replied.
Ethan, you can't even phrase it in a way that doesn't make you sound like you're being coercive and shitty. Well, then, you should have no problem publicly denouncing it, right? Does that sound like a friend? It kind of sounds like something a powerful villain would say.
You guys literally called Froggy Tonic a nobody. Yeah, I'd assume you'd have no problem denouncing him either if that's actually how you feel.
Would it have been nicer and more
No, that's a good
supportive
point.
to
If
say,
they actually
"We don't
disliked
agree
him,
with
why
the
did
things
they
he's
not
saying,
denounce
we
him?
support Ethan and Hila? Sure.
Wow. That's all you had to fucking say, dude. Instead, you're wasting time, money, and a close friendship on a hit piece so you don't piss off your new friends. You look extremely pathetic, Ian.
Our
Agreed.
silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out. And then maybe we can find a moment in time, I don't know how long it'll be, but a moment in time in the future where things are a little bit easier to broach.
And these guys make internet friendships so complicated.
Yeah.
Wait. That was intentional, right? There's no way that just
Oh wait.
that got left in. There's no way.
The
beep, yeah.
beep. I think
the
it
fucking
was.
fire alarm.
I think it was intentional. I think the guy put it in there
Okay, all
intentionally.
right.
You're not going crazy. I promise you.
Holy shit.
One black man on the screen, screen not going crazy.
I know it wasn't mine. I made sure to change my damn batteries, alright?
You go
I keep
against the
spare
grain.
ones in the drawer just in case.
You go against the grain. You don't wonder what that noise is.
Exactly.
Froggy Fresh also has a GoFundMe to sue denims. Oh, that's funny.
You might have noticed, Occo, I kind of go against the grain in many ways.
This is true.
Shouldn't be very surprising.
No, I'm not surprised. I'm just making a funny joke about it, but you know.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Fair enough.
Oh,
just
excuse
chirped.
me.
Yes,
I was just talking to
chat
the
too.
silence through witchcraft. I didn't hear anything about you wanting to pause the relationship, though. What I heard was that you let Hassan fuck your girlfriend while you watched. Not sure. Maybe I'm getting a bad read. Hold on. I would have been perfectly fine. You might want to watch your hand movements there, buddy. Nah, you keep doing it, dude. You need to stop. You're getting really close with that hand movement. Don't flip your arm over, man.
And I support Ethan and Hila. The problem is
that she doesn't.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
She actually.
She thinks they have a point.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Go fuck yourself. What about your girl? This is what I'm talking about. This aggression.
No, Ian. Go fuck yourself is right. They're right. You do agree. You've made that very clear. That's why they're saying that. That's their decision. Also, what do you mean aggression? Look at you.
No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping.
In terms of these fair weather friends who are, so happy to be friends as long as they're getting something out of it.
Ethan, that is a rich thing to say.
Throughout this video, Ian strictly avoids the core reason as to why Ethan is acting the way he is in these clips. This one piece of context would likely nullify a majority of this video. The episode Ian is pulling clips from is titled "Snark Called Child Protective Services on Us." No shit, he's pissed.
This is your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible. This is not what podcasts are.
Oh, I'm glad Ian's the king of podcasts. He knows what's horrible. He knows what an emotional dumping ground is. And he clearly knows not to do that in podcasts, right? Would you guys like to hear the sweetest bit of hypocrisy?
Yes, please.
Explain to the people why we started this podcast. For me, that's
Since
one
we're
of the
here now.
reasons is it's like, I just need to sometimes dump a little bit. Just being like, all right, I'll dump. I think is that's like a satisfying thing for me.
So your podcast.
Oh no. After he just said our stream isn't an emotional dumping ground, literally his first episode is our stream is an emotional dumping ground.
It's an emotional dumping ground. But when Ethan does it and you don't like what he's dumping about, it's bad.
I realize that Ethan and Hila are more scared now than they've probably ever been. I feel like anti-Semitism is a thought in their heads now more than ever.
You know what? This could have been a valid point, but I gotta say, it was an interesting choice to shave your head before this video. Also, the pose with the sword stick on, the swastika sword. I don't know, man. That was an interesting choice there, Ian. Sometimes I wonder if you still got it in you.
Say,
Cameron, you ignorant sloat. That sword is obviously from Bleach.
I don't even know who that guy is.
That's Isaac from Bleach.
Oh, I don't watch Bleach.
This one's sicker. Wait, that's a little sus. Immediately goes for the swastika one. Got it.
Maybe you haven't changed so much after all.
me making this video is the standing up for something, and it's saying, fuck you. You guys are being bad. I don't think you're bad people, but you are being bad. You're behaving poorly.
This video truly is a love letter to old content cop. Yes, I agree. I agree. Only Uncle Tom can afford them 9-volt batteries. Oh no.
Oh, okay, I get it. I'm glad you stood up for the massive political streamer and his lackeys instead of your friend who was being harassed and threatened. What the fuck even is this shit, dude? You're being bad. Bad boy! You're being a bad boy. Who the fuck are you?
I'm not your fucking dad.
You sure try to act like one.
I was morally grandstanding.
True!
Bring it back to Hassan just because, but it kind of is the same thing. Like, I was thinking about going to Gaza until I found out it's dangerous. He's a total performative activist that doesn't give a single fuck about the cause.
It's been performed exquisitely. Harassing one person and seamlessly transitioning into harassing another one.
What? He criticizes. Ian, can I get your definition of harassment? Is criticism now harassment? You sound like... Never mind, my head hurts.
She's friends with Denims. Denims is streaming this story about our
I'll
kid
go that, yeah.
getting Giarda from the dog, whatever.
I'm sorry. I'll accept this position from anyone except you guys. You have laid the groundwork for this type of streaming.
I don't even know the point Ian is trying to make here. Are you trying to say that Ethan
It's not a good point.
pioneered live drama content? Maybe? Are you trying to say that Ethan pioneered live politics coverage? I don't think so. Are you criticizing Ethan for doing reaction streams? I hope not. Regardless, I'm not getting the Denims comparison because name me one time where Ethan promoted the harassment and misinformation against someone's family. But enough yapping, let's find out what he's talking about.
Which is watching people shit and giving your unfiltered reaction to it.
Ian,
Wait,
you
what?
do realize that
He's claiming that Ethan Klein was the impetus for reaction content, which isn't true. Pretty sure that's not true.
I just got caught on the watching people shit part. Like, huh?
Yeah. Also, chat, we are 1 like away from 100 likes. If you could help us reach 100 likes in here, I very much appreciate it.
reaction streams and videos long predated the H3 podcast. I think you should know this more than most. Ian should also know well that not all reaction content is created equally. Sitting there while eating and not adding commentary, or while your brain is malfunctioning in the case of Denims, or having your chair watch the video for you is not a reaction. It's content theft. And you should know that adding commentary to a video that you're watching and transforming it into your own thing is something very different. A reaction streamer can criticize another reaction streamer who's stealing content, just like a
fucking men.
commentary YouTuber can criticize another commentary YouTuber for making bad content.
She could say so much, and it would make her a little bit uncomfortable, right? It's not comfortable. She'll get a little bit of shit.
They're actually good people. Like that's gonna get you shit. That kind of says it all, doesn't it?
There isn't a single person that I respect who would give a fuck if I publicly said that Ethan and Hila are great with their kids, Ethan and Hila didn't kill their dog, and Ethan and Hila wipe their asses or don't have giardia or whatever the fucking...
Yeah, that would, like, legitimately do a lot more if you just came out. Like, that's all Ethan wanted, is for you to come out and say, yeah, I don't think that these people actually do this. That's why he's so
just
pissed
say that
off.
this was all bullshit.
That's why it's so confusing why he's not willing to do it. It's just like he doesn't do it because he knows it'll make him look weird in front of his new friends.
Right, Hassan and them will be pissed off because they just want to destroy H3. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
The prompt is. No one would care.
Don't be naive. You know you would have gotten shit, Ian. Also, what a great way to dodge talking about the CPS situation.
If you can. I just want to ask him if you've always been shitting your pants.
Here, we're gonna play that again. We're gonna make it bigger, and then we're gonna play it again.
Okay, I'm good with this.
Also, what a great way to dodge talking about the CPS situation.
If you can. I just want to ask him if you've always been shitting your pants.
No.
Because since I've known you, you've always...
No.
...had, like, IBS. You've always been shitting yourself.
Yeah, well... I'm not tweeting out because I'm not your fucking lapdog.
If your woman comes out on stream and does that to you, divorce her. Because no good woman would do that to you. Divorce her.
No, absolutely not.
Holy shit.
That's why I'm not tweeting it out.
Well, by your logic, you just made an hour-long video defending Hassan and co. Doesn't that make you Hassan's lapdog?
Me making this video is the standing up for something. If you maybe accepted the phone call and we talked about it, you could have asked me, hey, what are your principles?
No fucking shot, dude. No, I don't think Ethan wanted to talk to you about your principles. I think he's got bigger fish to fry right now. Fucking Muppet. Ian then goes on this retarded tangent about friends to the whole follower equals endorsement narrative.
Oh no, I just love
I'll
Muppet
spare
as an
repeating
insult.
myself.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the button.
Not
Ethan
bad.
got this button, or kill switch, as a response to the controversy with Cutie Cinderella. He was not able to control himself in that moment, and instead of figuring out how he can change his
I still think that moment was bullshit because the only reason why he laughed is because they were playing music over him and he kind of like you know, he's got Tourette's and he probably laughed because, like, the mixture of chestnuts roasting on an open fire mixed with a crying woman probably made him laugh. I'm going to be honest with you. I would probably struggle too.
Yeah, same.
That kind of sounds funny. Not going to lie.
It's like, it's the, it's the tonal dissonance of that scenario.
Yeah.
That makes for the comedy, right? It's one of those.
Yeah, it's like everybody would probably laugh, but he did apologize.
Now, for whatever reason, Anissa's husband brings up the button. He goes on this concerned trolling rant about how Ethan refuses to change the behavior and instead uses the button after he did a goof plus a spoof plus a gaff plus a riot while watching a video of QT Cinderella crying.
I also see the dynamic.
Something. I'm sorry. Don't mind me.
It's just really young.
Okay, we're gonna replay that again. That was a good edit. That was a fantastic edit there. Here, we're gonna replay that.
I also see the
This isn't the original video. The original video is QT Cinderella crying on camera, and he made this. This is a great meme.
Something. I'm sorry. Don't mind me.
Should have put the chirp in there too. just right at the end.
It's just really young.
Look at women who are not are benefiting off of being seats.
Now, if you did a tiny bit of...
Yeah, I would probably laugh too, because if you put on that music, yeah, I get it. It's funny.
Research. It's in the same video. You would have known that the button had already been ordered at the time of this incident, so this wasn't some turning point. Ian quickly nullifies this point of the segment by saying,
I think if all of us had buttons, we'd hit the button all the time. But
I think we very accurately depicted in this stream that yes, we would have 100% hit the button if we had the opportunity to. I would love to have a button like that.
Yep.
My desk is already full of shit, so I don't know where I would put it, but I would definitely take a button like that. You know what I mean? I definitely would.
I'd say something really, really nice about Rosa, and then immediately hit the button so that she'd never know that I said something nice about her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you don't have it, you operate differently. You think about what you're saying. You maybe plan for your show a little bit more.
Yeah, every network television station has a button. I stream a lot. I wish I had a button. I think everyone could use a kill.
Hey, fucking man. I would love one. One of my chatters sent me a link. Apparently, you can... Okay. They sent me, like, an eBay link. Hold on.
Oh, where, like, people are posting, like, used ones or whatever?
Yeah, there's, like, a used one. Wait, this isn't an eBay link. This is just an eBay link with a bunch of old Ross video equipment. Oh, there's one. Yeah, you can buy one for $1,000.
Let
me see.
Okay, 1,000's more reasonable.
Want to make sure none of my personal identifiable information is on this.
I'd probably still rather, spend that money somewhere else, but I mean,
You know what? It says Denver, Colorado. Perfect. That's not where I live. That's perfectly fine. We'll just hide that stuff anyway, just in case. Well, where's the price tag? There it is. Look, chat. You can buy one. Buy one on eBay for $1,000. Wait, do they have more of them? Okay, so here's what you do. You plug it in here, and that's what happens. You plug it in and all that shit. Here's what sucks. I don't use those cables. I use button. How many times was it used? That's a good question.
I couldn't see what kind of they use.
It's the same one that Ethan Klein has.
Oh, yeah. I use XLR for my inputs.
Yeah. Well, it's a GPI input here.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? I don't know. I'm too young to use these inputs. My parents were using these inputs.
I learned how to use an XLR mic, and that's all I needed. So I'm like, yeah.
Same. I use an XLR mic. I use all the different kinds of connections. Just not this one.
Nah, I don't even know what the fuck
that's
that
for more
is.
like professional studio stuff.
Yeah. No, I don't even have a connection port like this on my computer. You'd have to get like an adapter that like went to USB that plugged into my computer for this kind of thing. World's most boring Bop It toy? Exactly. But I'm going to be honest with you, chat. If I could buy one of these or have one of these, I would 100% have one. Because if I could just, like, again, we had a 30-second delay. Sadly, But if I could just like have an autistic moment and then cut it out, everybody would be like, "Oh, what happened?" And you know what would be even funnier? If we could save the autistic moments and then upload them as a Rumble video. I would do that 100%. 100%, I would do that.
Yeah, I mean, it would be handy to have.
I'll go
'cause, I
uncut.
mean, how many times are you on like Twitter and you're just like scrolling and then it's just like, whoop, that's boob on stream.
Exactly. Well, no, that
It
doesn't
just
happen.
happened to Ponko the other day.
That doesn't happen to me ever, actually, now that I think about it. So
It doesn't happen to me either because I'm always like, I always open the link directly
Mhm.
and I always look, like I scroll down just a little bit. I'm like, okay, we're good.
well, I don't even do that. I just don't do it. I just don't look it up. Did I get rated? YouTube never tells you if you get rated, but I saw a jump in viewership there for a moment. Did I get rated? I don't know.
I
don't
wish
know, I don't
YouTube
know.
would fix like all of their stuff because it feels like when they did that update, when they were like trying to like add all these new features and also like block people from blocking ads, it feels like they broke a bunch of stuff in the back end and live redirects is one of them.
I have no
'Cause, like,
idea.
wait. Can't you set up like fucking a Streamlabs thing like you can for Twitch where it just will tell you when a raid or happens or somebody
Well,
follows
Twitch,
Not for
you?
YouTube.
Twitch
Not for
works
YouTube.
fine, but for
Really?
YouTube, you have to
So?
rely
I
on
heard Rosa had something set
it
up like
popping
that.
up in the chat.
If she has something set up that it's undiscovered. But yeah, like
Okay, I could have sworn she had a thing for it's like, oh, somebody follows or somebody subscribes on YouTube. It like,
Well, subscribing, yeah,
she
you
has,
can
like,
do
little
that.
voice thing.
Subscribing, yeah.
Oh, okay.
subscribing and
but not
following, yeah,
raids?
not raids. No raids.
Oh, that
YouTube,
sucks.
in their infinite wisdom, hasn't seemingly made live redirects, which is their rating thing, available in the API or something. Because like I'm pretty sure that all the usual apps would let you do it if it did. But you know, again, YouTube
Very
is
odd.
stupid.
Yeah, it's whatever though. It's fine the way it is. I just like if I get rated, I have no idea.
Switch. Ian is making a non-argument. He barely streams and he is making this point during an edited video. You know what? I think I know a guy who could probably use that button.
You fucking bloodthirsty, violent pig dog. You would kill Rick Scott. America deserved 9/11, dude.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers in a video game. Sorry. Let's talk about the crew. I think the crew has been
what was that? What did I
the
just say
worst
earlier?
working environment that you possibly can be for a fucking podcast. Every crew member has it bad.
I think this part of the video, and frankly any part of the video that mentions the podcast, is malicious. Ian, I know you don't have the best business track record, and that happens, but I don't think you have the place to be talking about Ethan's successful podcast when my small YouTube channel consistently outperforms your podcast.
I would be fine with you not
Damn.
brigading my comment section on my podcast that gets 3,000 views a week because I prefer to not do harassment campaigns and instead talk about Vampire's Kiss.
Wait, is he saying that his podcast gets less views because he doesn't brigade people on it? Is that what he's saying? That's kind of. I feel like that's what he's kind of saying. Is like, oh, I don't get a lot of views because I don't brigade people. I have 250 people here, and I'm not brigading people. We're just watching a fun video with some of my closest friends and family here.
I go in the family category chat. To be fair, people do love drama.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't think that's actually what he's inferring here. But like, it's just a funny idea. It's just like, is iDubbbz saying that you have to bully people in order to grow? I mean, if you pay attention to Asmongold, maybe you would think that. But like, no, that's not how this works. I'm sorry.
It's very clear to me that Ian is insecure about the success of his podcast, and it's not unsuccessful because he talks about niche subjects or whatever. It's because it's boring and
Niche?
oftentimes laughably bad.
I think for me, when I really started to be like, I really don't want to be a part of this, was I hate bringing it up, but Etika. The Etika stuff was so hard.
Oh, that's right. She started comparing herself to Etika. Oh, I remember that.
Why would you ever? Why would you ever do that? Oh God.
Yeah, she tried to do some comparativeness to Etika.
That is terrible.
Toss it on throne and let the
That's-
yippies fund the button. But chat, like, I want the button, but by the same token, I don't even. I'm looking at it and I'm like, how the fuck am I going to set that up? I have no idea.
Exactly.
Well, I'll think about it. It would have to be like a fund goal where chat could just throw a couple bucks at it a month if they wanted to. And if you fund it, we get the button or some shit like. Well, I don't know, because again, it's like on eBay. And eBay takes down listings after a while, so I don't know if it would be worth. I don't know. It'd be much better to just say, hey, give me 20 grand and I'll just buy the button.
Plus, you got to check the rating on that seller. You know, make sure that's not some bullshit they're trying to sell you.
Probably. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not worth it, in my personal opinion.
That was somebody who clearly was
Sure, like
experiencing a mental
anything
health
under 90%, it's like, you gotta be careful with that shit.
Yeah, I'd much rather just see if I can do it on a stream deck. Probably way. I don't know. We'll figure it out, chat. We'll figure it out.
We will.
We just got to figure out like because like if I delete the last 30 seconds of a stream, I got to come up with like a clip that'll come up when I'm like that. Please excuse our technical difficulties. There, that's what I would have to come up with. I'd have to like make a custom one for that. I would gladly do that though. Throw it on Throne, then throw a plane ticket for Temp to come install it on Throne as well. Okay. I'll see. We'll see.
And this is my attitude, like full stop on this period. The last thing somebody who's going through something like that needs is more eyes on it. We were in it. And at the time when we were in it and we wanted...
She's referring to us kind of going through a fucking hard time on the internet, being harassed, videos made about us, people weighing in.
People still make videos about us.
And on the stupid crew point, there's been very few people to actually leave H3's crew. Only one is left on bad terms. Hell, Dan's been
And
there
guess what? They're going to make 10 times more videos on you now.
for like 7 years, if not more. If the environment was so bad, why didn't you call it out when you were on the show 1.5 years ago? You've had plenty of time. And while we're speaking on the crew, I want to take a moment to talk about AB and Lena, two beloved members of the H3 podcast. I actually met AB at the second Creator Clash. He was nice as hell. I even made it into the podcast members only recap video. That aside, let's be clear here. Ian, what you did to Lena by stirring this shit up 2 months before the event is eerily similar to what you did last time to sabotage your own event. It's disgusting that you put 2 other people that you're friendly with, 2 Arabs by the way, since that apparently matters, instead of treating everyone like human beings, in this position when you knew full well that Lena was fighting in your event in 2 months. If you had any spine at all, you would at least wait until after your event or send a warning to Lena and AB. You've now set 2 innocent people up for harassment, and harassment they've been getting. Not just because of you, but because they're the only 2 Lebanese people on the show. Looks like you need to fill up that empathy bar a little bit
still
more.
Like turbo fucked?
I would say so. I would say so.
Okay.
Hassan did like a thing where he would try to raise money for them. They sold 6 tickets the entire time he did his stream to them. Like somebody like looked it up. They only sold like 6 tickets.
Oh god, no. How long was the stream?
I would assume it was like a normal Hassan length stream, so I don't know. I don't know. It's probably decently long.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch this on, so I don't know how long he streams for typically.
Yeah, me neither. I'm going to assume though that it was just a typical Hassan length stream, and
so maybe a few hours or so.
Yeah, at least 2 or 3, maybe more than that. But like, yeah, yeah.
But like for someone his size to only be able to sell 6 tickets in a couple hours, like fuck.
Yeah.
That's a rough look there, buddy.
Yup. Here, chat, what we'll do is in about 10 minutes, we'll read the super chats that we have currently, and then we'll continue.
Love super chats.
Yeah. Johnny Smalley trial on the 16th. I heard about that.
2 Lebanese employees, and you just continue to talk about the conflict like they don't exist. It would be nicer, a lot nicer, for you to shut the fuck up about it.
Also, you act like Ethan is some sort of anti-Palestinian voice. Like he's got some Ben Shapiro absolute Zionist level takes, when that is absolutely not the case.
To be fair, Ben Shapiro is like super hyper Zionist, and that's part of the reason why I stopped paying attention to him. He like went so heavy Zionist that I was like, I really don't like hearing how my country needs to give more money to your country that you really love, buddy. I would prefer that the Sand people fight their fight on their own. Thank you.
The case. Believe it or not, you can be pro-Palestinian and anti-terrorist at the same time. And I believe most pro-Palestinian people are. The cherry on top of this is that Ian accidentally released the video while AB and Lena were live on the H3.
Racist towards Sand people. You might want to apologize.
I don't know,
While the show
man.
was live, Lena had to run off to the bathroom as she was having a panic attack over the video. Then Ian had the bright idea to send her a DM like, oh, my bad, as if that fixes anything he set them up for. Ian, if you actually do have an empathy meter over 1%, you'll spare her and buy her out from Creator Clash because you know full well that you're—
This was made, by the way, before Lena decided to drop out of the event. And
Whole empathy meter thing.
Oh, well, because Ian claims that he has a pretty big empathy meter now because he gained a lot of empathy.
I just can't help but think of it like fighting game terms though. It's like he's about to release the super, or what's going on here? you just use saving meter for what?
Pretty much.
Her audience is gonna boo her the second she steps foot on the event, something that she's afraid of. Also, big shoutouts to whoever the hell runs the Creator Clash Twitter and website. Yeah, great timing there.
The one time the button didn't work and we listened to how he spoke to AB without thinking that the internet was going to hear it, it was rude, it was nasty, and it didn't have this
I'm sorry, what the fuck is this background music? I don't think this is Cameron. Why is he playing Banjo-Kazooie music? What the fuck? What are you doing?
No, fucking Gator. How much you want to bet his level 3 is called Hopes and Prayers?
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I'm not mad at you.
Yeah, but that's pretty good,
It was anger, and it was
I don't have to admit anything.
Use they get access to cover most of it.
We're doing it.
What are you doing?
She'll give it to me later.
I'm
Don't
sorry,
worry,
man.
chat.
Just like,
She'll give me my
this is what I'm
props.
talking about when it's always like...
We need to get home for our kids.
It's like, bro...
Oh, no, I didn't want to finish it right now. I'm about finishing Wednesday.
Ian, for some reason, I'm beginning to think that you being an electrician's apprentice was some sort of joke. Jokes aside, I know that you actually have had jobs in the past, but you sure do act like you've never came across a difficult
Empathy for limit break? Yes.
situation ever. This was a tame incident that there were no bad feelings over.
He makes it seem like he's not a tyrant of a boss.
We're doing it.
What are you
It's
doing?
so awkward and terrible. I appreciate the hard work.
I know
you've
you do.
done, and
I
I
know.
loved it, and I really enjoy it.
Oh, what in God's name did Alex Wasabi do to your pituitary gland, Ian? Because you've clearly never had a tyrannical boss if you think Ethan sounds like one in that clip. Sure, it's a bad and awkward moment that he apologized for. Big whoop, it's over.
Dan, his producer, is constantly clarifying things on the air and making it clear that what Ethan said was a joke.
God forbid.
It's okay because I buttoned it.
Why?
Because
it's not that big of a deal, man.
just
Like,
your
how
inability to.
No, hold on, Dan. How does it change anything? People knowing that we did it.
It's fun when it's a surprise.
Okay, well, tell
Well, you just asked how it changed
surprise
things.
them on your show.
Again, shitty choice of a clip and a bad out of context example. This is Ethan and Gila's show, and I know this might be a massive revelation out of this world, but fun fact, the H in H3 stands for Gila, and the 3 is meant to represent a backwards E that stands for Ethan. It's their podcast. Ethan has every right to direct his...
It's kind of cute that Gila gets to go in front there. Gila and the Ethan podcast.
Well, we know who's on top.
We know, yeah. Based off of that Sven Stoffel's video, we know who's on top.
Producers to do what he wants for his show. Maybe you should take some notes so you can have a more entertaining podcast yourself.
Ethan doesn't want to change, and he wants to bring the entire crew down with him.
Ian, you understand that the workforce isn't slavery, right? You do understand that a worker has the right to quit their job, and that these crew members working on a high-profile show could quit any day with a fantastic resume and the opportunity to start a career of their own on social media, right? They all make it clear that they disagree with this hole that you and those snark subreddits are trying to place them in. You have snark redditor logic, and it's clear how you researched this video.
I love that line, by the way. Snark redditor.
Snark, yeah.
As a pejorative.
It is a pretty good pejorative, yeah. We need to make it a slur. Snark redditor slur.
Goblin mode is goblins aren't really like an intimidating, powerful force. If the goblin is persistent,
Says
it
someone
can
who's
get
never
what it
seen
wants.
When I'm done with
Slayer.
the other
Yeah, I was about to say.
the big one that's dropping probably next week, my full attention is going to you, George. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach.
According to iDubbbz, demon mode refers to Ethan suing people, and this first example is Bad Empanada, aka George, who's already on the run for civil cases as it is. Bad Empanada absolutely deserves a lawsuit. He has knowingly and maliciously slandered Ethan and Gila, has absolutely been harassing Ethan and Gila, has wasted government resources in order to harass Ethan and Gila, and it certainly easy to prove damages.
3 complaints for 3
Amen.
people.
You are doing the classic rich asshole thing. You have a deficit of friends, you have a surplus of enemies. You feel really bad, you feel hurt, but you also have a surplus of money. So what can you do? You can use that money to bully and intimidate people.
No, Ian, person who's wealthy enough to run 2 charity boxing events despite the last one costing you $250,000 in debt that you had no problem paying off and starting a new one this year. Ethan is not a rich asshole for suing people that he feels with good evidence are slandering him. Moral grandstanding at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. This video was not just critical. Sure, there were some critiques against the Israeli government and one creator who really did deserve the criticism. However, there was so much slander against other creators to create some conclusion that they were all genocide supporters. For those unaware, Noah Samson, the person that Ethan Klein and Mudahar are preparing to sue, is pretty infamous for being bad.
I will say, I did talk to a lawyer about this. Not quite sure how well this is going to go in terms of a lawsuit, but I still think it's going to be funny to cover regardless.
Faith, as Jolly Saint Nicholas Diorio calls him, the Brit Bong of the left. Noah recently made a pretty bad faith video attacking several creators, notably Turkey Tom, Mudahar, and Ethan Klein. The video was titled "The YouTubers Who Backed a Genocide," and it's about, you guessed it, the conflict between Israel and Palestine.
It's not an
In this
inflammatory
video,
title at all,
Noah
is it?
denies several rapes that were committed by terrorists, defended the Houthi terrorists, including the one terrorist that Hassan interviewed on stream that Hassan himself called a terrorist.
Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother.
He also defended Twitch's shitty actions on anti-Semitism, and most importantly, concluded that Ethan Klein is pro-genocide for making a video on Hassan Piker where he criticizes the terrorists that Hassan was promoting. This is all despite Ethan Klein saying that the West Bank is fair game and supporting the Palestinian movement in his content nuke on Hassan Piker. He tries to paint the picture that because of Ethan's video on Hassan, that Ethan is lying about his support and empathy towards the Palestinian cause. He then goes after
Last time I saw a content creator compare his opposition to goblins, they were lambasted so hard that I can't even come up with a joke. It was Yandere Death. That's a good one. How old is the monkey? What? Oh, never mind. Anyway, let's take a break and read some super chats here. It's been a hot minute. Heavenly Jester for 1 month. Alyssa I can't say that, chat. Mercante has to lose this lawsuit. Scree that former cam girl. I kind of think she will probably lose that lawsuit. By the same token, I think that Smash just needs to stop talking about it.
The odds are good that Mercanti is going to lose, but Smash is doing himself no favors because, as we all know, I mean, we've seen like 1 billion of these lawsuits, and the problem is, you know, the people that should realistically win these lawsuits don't always realistically win these lawsuits. Why is that the case? Because they can't shut their mouth.
Yeah.
They keep saying stupid stuff, and then they literally blow their own case up. We've seen it countless times. I'm not going to mention specific examples, but I'm sure if you've tuned into this channel long enough, you probably know some off the top of your head.
Let's see here. Wolfsbane for 2. Don't worry, Ava. I did the same with my ramen broth. Nice. And Mercenary for 2. Shite Content Sheriff. He got my my sub. Good. Mercenary again for 2. Sent you the website for the button DM. We saw it. Wolfsbane again for 2. Wow, YouTube really hates Australia. Accurate. Wolfsbane again for 2. Goal, Yippee go to bed. Yippee has gone to bed. Now we have 1 additional goal for the evening. Yippee has gone to bed. Can you turn off the lights? So, pay 5 super chat goals to turn off the lights for the Yippee. And then Wolfsbane again for 2 for Yippee. Mercenary for 2. Ethan has his button shows fan art when it's pushed. Yes, that is a pretty cool idea. I could do that. I don't know how you would program. Again, I don't know how to program it, but that's pretty cool. I don't know. Anyway. Let us continue.
Creators like Turkey Tom and Mudahar just for criticizing Twitch, and the golden boy Hassan Piker.
Hey, have you seen Hassan Piker at all?
Piker? I hardly even knew her. Noah's ultimate conclusion is that all of these creators back genocide because they criticize Hassan, which takes a lot of fucking hoops to draw that conclusion. And after watching this dog shit video, I completely understand why Ethan Klein and Mudahar want to sue. I won't get into my opinions on if they should or shouldn't sue, but let's just say I won't exactly feel sad if this scares the shit out of Noah Samson for years, fearing generational debt. Now, before I go any further, it should go without saying that I'm totally against retarded and frivolous lawsuits. However, Ian seems to think that all lawsuits are
Same. By the same token, I do kind of just want to see this happen because it would be funny.
just used to intimidate people. But in the cases where that is true, sometimes it's justified. You shouldn't feel confident to slander people. You should feel intimidated at what might happen if you choose to spread malicious libel against people. Some lawsuits are justified. Hey Ian, a great example of a frivolous lawsuit is the Matt Haas versus H3H3 case. Another one is the one that you threatened Froggy Fresh over $18,000 for after you kicked him out of your event, but didn't pursue because of all the backlash you got. Remember that one?
No, you have a ton of power, you have a ton of options, you have a ton of choice.
Accurate.
That's exactly what you get for being filthy rich.
Someone's mad at the internet. Also, you gotta love this frame, right? He's screaming at Ethan for being filthy rich while he's got a gold tooth for fashion, looks like dog shit, and thousands of dollars worth of shitty tattoos. Should try to get a refund on that. Sitting in your basement filled with expensive boxing equipment and an arcade machine, talking to us on your expensive camera and lav mic. You have nothing to grandstand on, you fucking cowardly, pathetic little
He kept saying that it was racist or anti-Semitic to suggest that he talked to someone who's within the same ethnic group as him.
That's why I said yesterday, like, I urge Ethan to talk to Sam Cedar.
Is it not? I mean, maybe not so much racist, but you're definitely...
That's like me talking to Jazz and saying, Jazz, you got to talk to another black man to understand, like, the black oppression that you're not feeling right now. It sounds pretty racist to me to suggest that.
I don't know. It might help. I mean, if nothing else, it'd be funny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. You might not think it's racist, but the guy that you talk to might think it's racist. That's what makes it funny.
Exactly.
But that's basically what Hassan is saying is Ethan has to talk to a non-Zionist Jew in order to understand the argument.
I see.
Definitely patronizing him. That's like telling a black liberal to go talk to the Hodge twins to see why they're wrong. Ian seems to have lost the idea that people are people. Like, people of different ethnic groups and cultures can have conversations, dude. And if there's anyone in this situation who cannot take criticism, it's absolutely Hassan Piker. If you dare ever criticize him, you're in for a world of bullshit. He won't watch it, and if your name ever comes up, he'll just, isn't this the guy you, and disregard you completely.
How can you speak for my entire ethnic group? I find that really interesting.
Ethan, I don't know what to fucking tell you. This is like step one of having a leftist ideology, is recognizing our race, religion, nationality, all this shit, all shape our experiences as people.
This is another rare part of the video where you start to think that Ian might kind of have a point, and then you sit there and you realize that Hassan is categorizing all Jews as to having one opinion, and instead of not doing that, he deflects Ethan off to go talk to the approved Jew, Sam Cedar. So instead of Ian criticizing Hassan,
the approved Jew, Sam Cedar.
Categorizing all Jews as to having one opinion, he decides to criticize.
What's funny is Ethan did end up talking to Sam Cedar. I think that what's funny is that talk that he had went way better than his debate with Hassan. I think. But
You think.
like he actually had a conversation with Sam Cedar, and then he BTFO'd Hassan Piker right afterwards.
Also, chat, don't forget this Holocaust anniversary to go visit your approved Jew, your state-approved Jew, and give him a "that's rough, buddy." Stop off and visit.
Exactly. Don't forget.
It's important.
Exactly, chat.
To the approved Jew. This is so fucking backwards.
It could possibly be someone who shares progressive ideology with you. It could possibly be someone who is of your same gender.
Okay, so, alright, the new and improved iDubbbz is now asking you to patronize other ethnic groups, identities, or skin colors, and only talk to your own. I'm so happy that you've reformed, Ian. This is great moves, man. Keep it up. Proud of you.
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial
Well, there you
jokes
go.
at the time we made the show together, because who am I to judge?
No, Ethan, those aren't jokes, right? When someone makes a controversial statement like that, that's not them trying to be funny. I can understand why you would conflate the two. That is someone who is extremely frustrated and passionate about a particular topic. In this case, American imperialism.
Do you feel like Hassan is very frustrated with American imperialism right there?
I mean, he kind of is in general, isn't he?
Yeah, but like that clip right there where he's like, America deserved 9/11. Like, I don't know if that's like really. I feel like that's just like bad faith from iDubbbz, in my personal opinion.
Passionate about
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
What the
it might
fuck
not
is
be a
happening?
statement that's like untrue overall, but in that instance, I suppose, yeah, it's not the best evidence for it.
Yeah.
He just defended the 9/11 comment. He just defended the 9/11. He just defended the 9/11 comment. Also, by the way, this wasn't some nuanced take by Hassan as he tried to retcon on his uncle's show. This was a crash out. The correct use case of the term, by the way, Ian. Because right after the 9/11 comment, he started making graphic remarks about the missing eye of Representative Dan Crenshaw, who was wounded and lost his eye while serving our country in the line of duty.
Project Libertad says, wish me luck. I'm going to go hang out with a black goth girl with a huge rack in a few minutes. Have a good stream. Have a good stream, my man. Have
Get
a
in
good
there,
stream.
my son.
War and like literally lose his eye because some Mujahideen, a brave fucking soldier, fucked his eye hole with their dick. Isn't that how he lost his fucking dumbass eye? Because he got his fucking eye hole fucked?
I think Israel says it's a place where Jews can go.
Israel's just a place Jews can go? With that slogan, we might actually have peace.
Ian, you're getting really fucking lazy. Where's the counter argument? Also, I love this we shit.
With that slogan, we might actually have peace. You know, if that's all you're defining Israel as, is a place Jews can go.
Ian, I didn't know you were Palestinian. Who the fuck is we? Like, since when were you the spokesperson of Palestine?
There was a tier list. It was called the Who Can Say Habibi tier list. It was presented at TwitchCon as like a panel that was just meant to be lighthearted and fun. And Ethan Klein saw that, and he decided that it was anti-Semitic.
No, Ian, he didn't decide that it was anti-Semitic. It was anti-Semitic. They got banned because it was anti-Semitic. The whole premise of Who Can Say Habibi was almost immediately dropped after it started.
We brought you guys here today because we want to rank streamers on how Arab they are.
The people in that category on the thumbnail? Jews. And besides it being a hummus, Sabra's dictionary definition is a Jewish
Are we
person
doing
born in
blood
Israel.
tests on
Hassan goes in
location
Arab
for
because
that
that's the
shit, or
good
what?
tier. But Ethan Klein goes in the Jew category because that's the bad tier. Let me explain this in different terms to make it a
Motherfuckers
bit
like
more
partnered with
obvious.
23andMe for that shit. I don't know.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Chat, don't do 23andMe. They steal your DNA, and then, like, they'll use it for something. Although now I think
Something
that
weird, man.
I think now 23andMe isn't actually.
It's gonna be like fucking like Pokemon the movie 2000. Just a motherfucker that looks just like he's gonna show up with like weird tattoos all over him, and then you gotta fight him, and he's probably stronger than you.
Probably.
So, good luck.
Probably. Yippee wants Hassan to face consequences. I would believe it.
This for your thick skull, Ian. Let's say I were to make a who's invited to the cookout tier list, and at the top you got loves hip hop, and at the bottom you got white. That's of course the best way I can put it without getting in trouble.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Damn. So I'm at the bottom of that tier list, huh?
No, he put you at the top. I think.
You sure?
Or we'll reverse it.
I don't know, man.
Bit more obvious for your thick skull, Ian. Let's say I were to make a who's invited to the cookout tier list, and at the top you got loves hip hop, and at the bottom you got white. That's of course the best way I can put it.
I love how he says,
fuck.
now instead flip their tier categories and make the premise something more stereotypical, like who can drive in a wealthy area without being pulled over. Didn't 23andMe go bankrupt? Yes, but they gave all their stuff to an even bigger Chinese DNA corporation, so.
Oh no.
Yeah.
24andMe. God damn it.
Without getting in trouble. I think it would be a pretty clear stereotype, and maybe you're just not as culturally sound as you might think you are, Ian.
Lighthearted and fun.
Ethan Klein.
I told you guys to clap.
This is a good reaction.
That was a good one.
That's good. All right.
You guys are missing a category for Zionist.
Who has the N-word pass and who doesn't? Say. He made an apology video directed at Cutie Cinderella, and it was graded by a professional psychologist, Dr. Kirk Honda of Psychology in Seattle.
Now we get into the big moment of the video. This is where Ian does something whimsical in content cop fashion. This usually leaves an impact on the viewer, whether it be a sketch or him traveling somewhere and doing something comical. So let's see it. I'm ready. Let's see what he's got.
And I don't know if this came from a good place or not, but I came up with the idea of...
If you have to say, I don't know if this came from a good or bad place, it didn't come from a good place. It came from a bad place only.
Getting Ethan's
Almost
grade
certainly.
changed from an A to a B at least.
Okay, then this is kind of silly, but let's see where it goes.
I guess have a policy that when there is a grade for an apology, I am just grading that discrete apology as I see it.
Unfortunately, Kirk did not change his grade.
Wait. He didn't even do it? Why the hell is this even in the video? What the hell happened to you, Ian? This is so pathetic. Also, including this guy in the video is pretty malicious. It's clear he only heard one side. He quickly took down his video on the content cop after Ian reached out and ultimately decided he wanted to stay out of it and just wish the best for everyone. I feel bad for this guy.
Anyone can have their own official apology rating system, so I'm going to rate Ethan's apology a B-.
A B-? Wait a sec. This is so petty. You butthurt son of a bitch.
I think something that's very important to me in bringing back Content Cop is to be fair. In the spirit of Kirk saying that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug, I have challenged some of his most powerful haters to put down the haterade and just say something nice and charitable about him, because I think he deserves it.
This is definitely the most manipulative part of the video. Don't fucking act like you care. This retarded concern trolling, getting Ethan's enemies to say something nice. Like, after all the shit Denims has done, do you think Ethan really wants to hear, like, the chipper words from Denims? No. A notable person missing here is Hassan, which I kind of got to give him credit for. Like, at least he's standing on business, unlike Shonda Black, who immediately went back on his statement after the video. And I hate to say it, but I think the only genuine person here is Frogan, as she recently doubled down on her well wishes towards Ethan. Don't get me wrong, she's still a fucking piece of shit, but I gotta give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
You know, I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Neela. Like, fuck, like, it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner. And
Sorry, we're gonna reverse this, and we're gonna make this even bigger so you guys can watch him cry again.
But I gotta give credit where credit is due.
you know, I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Neela. Like, fuck, like, it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like...
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't notice this before, but the guy in the pink shirt looks very uncomfortable. I don't know if that's just me, but he looks super duper uncomfortable. Holy shit.
Okay, like, if you can see their defense, that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
Oh, man, dude. The raped. He's so raped. Okay, so don't mind the outfit change. This is recorded about a week after all those other clips. I didn't expect things to keep escalating. A part of me is kind of thankful for it. A part of me wanted to die the second I saw that Content Deputy H3 was uploaded. Alright, cut the shit, dude. I am so pissed right now. I live reacted to it on stream, and thankfully, there really wasn't that much in there to cover. In this Content Deputy, he hides behind the thin veil of charity, which, by the way, if you watch the first H3 podcast on the Creator Clash, you see how thin that veil is, okay? It was only supposed to be a charitable aspect, but when they're criticized for it, they get to hide behind it.
Ethan, in a desperate attempt to attack and smear Anissa and I, he started attacking our charity event.
Just because your event's for charity, you could still be criticized. And regardless, it doesn't even fucking matter because you didn't raise a dime for charity last time.
Can't wait for them to blame us for their failed event. Don't worry, Ela. I'm not going to blame you guys for anything Creator Clash related. I know you're terrified of taking accountability for anything, so that will rest solely on my shoulders. But I can't speak for the internet. The internet might actually blame you guys for it.
This is psychotic. Ian, the internet is not going to blame Ethan and Ela for Creator Clash 3's inevitable failure. What happened with Creator Clash 2? Was it their fault then? Even though they were the only people fucking promoting the event? The only possible way this event is saved is if Hassan uses a socialist grift money, but even then, no one's gonna fucking show up.
Even then, when that happened, Hassan only was able to get like 6 tickets moved, allegedly. So like, it didn't work. I imagine like their Tiltify charity that they were doing probably got some more attention, but they didn't move any more tickets. I don't think it's doing that well, and we're a month out from Creator Clash 3, and I don't think it's gonna go very far, if at all.
Up. So in this video, Anissa's husband announces that him and Anissa aren't...
Also, I just noticed this. He keeps calling iDubbbz Anissa's husband. I just noticed that.
Damn.
Going to be
I'm not going to blame you, but I blamed you. Yes.
leading Creator Clash anymore because of drama, which is really interesting, and I have a lot of thoughts on that, which I'll talk about later.
Recent revelation that people are just going to use Creator Clash to attack Anissa and I. Anissa and I have decided to step away from Creator Clash. We have relinquished control to our business partners who ran the previous 2 events.
You guys are still to blame for this fight being barely promoted, for all of this shit failing, and for yet again bringing more drama into the card because you guys don't know how to handle relations behind the scenes, which is very clear, which is probably why you guys stepped down.
I can't keep my mouth shut. I can't, I mean, I can. I just didn't want to. I want to be frank. I didn't think I would be an awesome event organizer.
To be honest, if you felt you weren't going to be a good boxing promoter, why did you do it again after failing the last time? It's very funny how you guys are nudging the blame for Creator Clash 3's failure on Ethan and Hila just in case it inevitably fails. But you guys can avoid all accountability because you guys stepped away from the event. I saw this analogy on the internet. It's like the captain of the Titanic after hitting the iceberg, after the ship is fucking in half, saying, oh, this ain't my fault. I'm not the captain anymore. I'm stepping away from being the captain of this sinking ship. You're still to fucking blame.
accurate.
Your event's still gonna fail. And guess what? If your little promoters have any ounce of smarts, this event will never happen again. I don't support Creator Clash or any charity tied to Ian and Anissa. And in the spirit of being an asshole, I'm going to put a fundraiser on this video for cancer research. If you'd like to donate,
Fun fact, he did actually put a fundraiser on this, and I think it's raised about $10,000 on it, so... This man's actually raised money for a charity in it. Let's see. Oh, never mind. It's raised like $5,001. Look at that. Chat. This man put a charity up and has raised money. That's awesome. That's really cool. That's really, really cool.
at least 1 penny would raise more than Creator Clash 2, so feel free. And if you'd like to waste your money, feel free to join my Patreon, or become a channel member, or fucking throw it at someone else. I don't give a fuck. Ian, you're fired.
We're triggered by the CPS harassment thing, and then you immediately equated Anissa and I to it.
No wonder he equated the CPS shit to you. You joined the shitty people and doing the fucking shitty L dance, and you never decided to denounce them when shit was going bad. By the way, I can't even tell if Ian's just fucking stupid or malicious. I'm leaning on malicious, but sometimes the shit he does is just so fucking retarded. He lies and says the CPS call was the same day that H3 decided to call out Ian and Anissa.
I'm gonna be honest. I think he's just stupid. I legitimately think that Ian has lost brain cells and he is just legitimately stupid now. That's really sad for me to think, considering I did actually really used to like this guy. But, like, he is just that far gone, in my personal opinion. Ian is literally just that dumb. He is just that dumb.
Which is patently false. They didn't call into the fucking show and raid the show. The reason they reacted the way that they reacted is that when they were messaging you, people like Froggy Tonic and Denims were either directly or indirectly promoting the idea that CPS needed to be called on Ethan and Hila. When they reached out to you, you guys ignored them. This timeline is all fucked up because Froggy Tonic's tweets talking about Ethan as a father and Denim's reacting to Bad Empanado was all before the CPS call. That's why you were in the discussion. That's why they were trying to reach out to you. You ignored them. That's why they talk shit publicly.
Horseshit. He's lying. Like, the whole thing is a fucking lie. He's manipulating his audience. We did not have a close relationship.
How many times are you going to recharacterize this friendship? When it's convenient, they're close friends. When it's inconvenient, they're horrible fucking light friends. You guys barely fucking knew each other. Yeah, just one of those friendships where you go to each other's houses and meet each other's families and have dinners and sleep over for weeks on end and make shit tons of content publicly. Go to each other when you need favors for each other's careers. Just one of those little buddy, like tiny little, you know, handshake kind of friendships, you know? He's gonna justify the CPS call. Everyone get ready for the war zone. Thank you, Yoko Ono. That's actually Ian's wife who says that.
To be honest, I'm very proud that I didn't immediately jump to Ethan and Hila's defense. There was this H3 stream where Ethan was dumping as per usual. He was talking about his own health, his dog having Giardia.
Olive has Giardia.
His child running around putting things in their mouth.
Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has Giardia.
The whole family.
Again, this is one of my big criticisms of Ethan Klein is that he shares way more than he definitely needs to on the internet, and it has definitely led to harassment that he definitely doesn't deserve. But if he didn't share a lot of this information, he probably would not get some of these people. These wouldn't be attack vectors, is what I'm saying. And because he has shared them, these are attack vectors that people are going to use, and it's not fair or right. But he still, in my personal opinion, shouldn't have shared them. I don't know.
And there's only so much you really should share online, but
yeah,
I guess some people just get comfortable.
I definitely think he just didn't care. Again, like I think it's abhorrent that these people went after his family. You'll never hear me saying anything other. I just think that he overshared way too fucking much. Way too much.
having Giardia.
Oh,
And now Ela has Giardia.
Shut. For real?
And now I think this morning I had diarrhea.
Anyone who's seeing that content might be concerned enough to call CPS, including Ethan's own chat, which, by the way, is not a measly number.
I could not believe this when I saw this, when Ian decided to justify the CPS call, saying H3's fans were probably the ones behind it. Absolutely not. This podcast episode and those chat messages were weeks before the call, A. B, they're clearly joking. I know you've been on live streams before. Chat makes a lot of jokes at people's expenses. That's very normal. And you cannot sit here and lie and pretend like...
when he said that it was his dog and his kid, I think he was being serious. And then when he joked about Gila and himself, I think those were jokes. But again, I would have just personally been careful and not mentioned your kids. That's it.
Denims was not being malicious. Froggy was not being malicious. And Bad Empanado was not being malicious when they were sharing that shit about Ethan, trying to relitigate the situation and make it into something it wasn't. At that point, Giardia had already been debunked.
I don't trust you, and I'm glad I didn't trust you, because in your video defending yourself, you used a video that takes context from like 3 different places and combines them to make it seem like someone is coordinating an attack on you.
You do the same thing as Ethan by showing the chats?
Including Ethan's own chat.
That's clearly an edit, okay? You compiled chats, so did Ethan. Anyone with a brain can recognize that that's an edit. That's not the actual chat going over top the screen. Like, the call was clearly a malicious attempt to harass Ethan. Anyone with a brain can easily recognize that. I guess Ian agrees with Bad Empanada, so that's something. Also, notice how he doesn't mention the human skulls in this video, because that doesn't fit that, oh, it's his fans harassing him.
Or I can show that your tattoo made it to the top of awful taste but great execution subreddit. Which...
I will admit, yeah, that is a very bad tattoo of his wife.
Damn.
Yeah, that is Gila Klein, and I'm gonna be honest, I just don't understand tattoos, and I would probably never get a tattoo like that.
Me neither.
Just
not
me.
a tattoo kind of guy.
Just me.
No, I get
It's not a good thing. I mean, it might be a good thing for the artists that you work with, because that means that they did a good job from a technical standpoint, but it's sort of a failure in every other aspect.
Actually, I had to think about it.
So now you're going to attack him.
If I had the chance to get like a fucking Kiryu-esque, like sick full back tattoo, that might be worth it. That might be pretty cool.
What would it be?
Probably a monkey.
A monkey? Is there any specific reason why it would be a monkey?
If it works, it works, right? I'm just saying, it just feels fitting in some way.
Ethan's tattoos are his wife and children. I know, it's just I think that some tattoos are extremely cringe.
And here's the thing, my actual answer probably is going to get the mark of cringe from you. It'd probably be a wolf.
Okay. I mean, I honestly just kind of thought the monkey one was kind of funny, but fair enough.
What? If ever I'm in the position where I can get it done, I'll flip a coin.
Okay.
Heads monkey, tails wolf, and we'll see what happens. Right?
Sounds
I feel like
good.
as long as
Roll the
it's
dice.
something that's got personal meaning to you and it looks tasteful, I really don't have a problem with tattoos. I'd never personally get one myself, but it's like if it's an aesthetically good tattoo that has personal meaning to you, yeah, sure, whatever.
It's just like I would have to have a really good reason to get one, and I currently have not found one. Like,
did someone say monkey? Yes, we did, Mr. Monkey. We did say monkey.
We did.
You've cried for years about people making fun of your wife. You have now opened your wife to a world of criticism from an entirely new audience, and believe me, there's a lot of subject matter. Ian, I'm making this video because you don't understand why you're worthy of criticism. I also like how you don't show the real ratio. You just show the one for iDubbbz complaints. That's really secure of you, Ian.
Stop! You violated the law.
Now we're going to talk a bit about Creator Clash, the boxing event started by Anissa's husband. Creator Clash is an influencer boxing event meant to gather...
Anissa's husband again. We know what tattoos you're into, Akko. Yeah, but I'd never get them on me, chat. I'd never get tattoos on me. Sorry.
No yippee tattoo, just like right on your cheek or something.
No, that'd be way too much. That'd be way too much.
It's just like, I don't know.
What if we had the technology for like a GIF tattoo, and like you could actually have it wobbling back and forth?
Okay, I might actually do that if there's like a GIF.
Would you get like a GIF of tits tickling on your chest or something?
Oh fuck no.
Oh, goodness.
man.
I would get
You wouldn't
the
expect
dancing
to get-
pudding.
Oh, okay. Where would you put it?
I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe like on my shoulder blade or something.
Yeah.
I would get that one dancing fat guy from that TikTok meme where it's like skibbity bop, skibbity bop, bop, bop,
Oh.
bop. Yes, 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 yep. I'd get that guy as his fucking gift tattoo. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, it'd be great. It'd be
Uh,
hilarious.
I guess I'm thinking about it. Moving yippee tattoo? That'd be funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you. There you go.
I still don't
You've
think
seen
I
the
would get
vision
one.
here.
I don't know. I just don't think I would get one still.
Well, I tried, Chad. I tried.
I just don't see anything that's worth it for me. But that's just me.
Yeah,
in the ring to fight it out, all for charity. The first one was a major success, raising over $1 million for charity, and even every fighter got a bonus, but they didn't have enough to pay Airsoft Fatty, apparently. It wasn't without controversy, however, as Ian banned Sam Hyde, someone who helped one of the other fighters, Harley Morenstein, train for the event, and was a subject of one of Ian's documentaries. He ended up refunding $10,000 worth of tickets that could have gone to charity to Sam. However, this success did not translate over to the next event. They ignorantly and stupidly assumed that the sequel event would garner more success than the original event. They took no anti-piracy measures, booked a much bigger venue, the Tampa Bay Lightning Stadium, added 4 more fights to the card, paid top dollar for a professional wrestler who isn't even an influencer to fight on the card. They added special parties like galas and photo opportunities before and after the event, and they paid for the flights of many big creators who weren't even fighting on the event. And guess who got paid flights to the event? You know, Denim, Sasan, you know, the whole crew. And can I say, when you're operating at a loss, you can tend to see that pattern really early on. When you have to pay for that $20,000 comedian, in the end, they came out with a $250,000 deficit to their bank accounts and zero money for charity. Ian tried rectifying this by doing a charity stream, but only ended up raising $162,000 out of the $250,000. That's not even an iDubbbz empathy meter worth of what they raised last time. On top of all of that, Ian caused a lot of controversy before the event, causing a lot of people to try to refund their tickets before they disabled that ability by kicking Froggy Fresh off the card over some dumb Twitter drama and collaborating with Sam Hyde. Mind you, Harley Morenstein the previous year had also collaborated with Sam Hyde. So this was pretty shocking to a lot of fans. One of the reasons I brought that up is because Ian had such a problem with Froggy being friends with Sam Hyde and collaborating with him, but does not understand why Ethan wants people associated with him condemned who have done all this shit to him. Another YouTuber, Jadion, even offered $100,000 to fund Creator Clash if Ian just let Froggy Fresh fight, which Ian declined. This means on top of all of their expenses, they had to pay for another fighter as well. That same fighter pummeled the fuck out of Chris Raygun because their weight and height difference was pretty major. Now let me be clear, the event was fun. I went and I had a great time. I got to meet lots of creators and get to reconnect with a lot of people that I hadn't seen in years. Plus I got to make new friends. I even met Hassan. It was a fun event and I don't regret going. With all that said, you don't screw
I don't know if I would be happy about meeting Hassan.
up charity. Even calling this boxing
No.
event charity
I mean,
is pretty
what if you got to meet
misleading.
him in
It
the
implies
ring?
that there is
You
no
get him.
for-profit element whatsoever. Anissa and Ian had a mask-off moment on the H3 podcast.
And we kind of want it to be like a Super Bowl, like every year.
You want to do it again?
One. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
If it works out, then we can do that, and there could always be a charity aspect to it. But I think the main goal is just to get the people paid who are involved in making it happen.
You'd think if they wanted to right their wrongs and ask for a second chance at charity, they would downsize a bit. And sure, they did that fighter-wise, but maybe less dinners, less galas and shit before and after the event. Maybe don't re-rent the Tampa Bay Lightning Stadium that you couldn't even fill last time. And also maybe don't jeopardize your event by putting one of your fighters who is from one of the biggest promotion opportunities that you've had at your past 2 events in a
Do I like Nux or are you talking about Nux?
Nuxtaku?
Nuxtaku?
I'm kind of in the middle with him. He's kind of a snake in my personal opinion. He goes very back and forth on his opinion, so I don't know. That's why I always thought that him and Mudahar were kind of like made for each other.
I'm fine with them in small
Mudahar definitely.
doses.
So Mudahar definitely has his moments, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's untrustworthy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
I don't even know that much about Nux, but like every so often my autoplay will just go land on one of his videos and I'll be like, yeah, okay, like one of these, and then like if it tries to play another, I'm like, no, to play something else, please. I can only deal with so much of his voice in one go.
Yeah. Yeah.
shitty situation like you've just done. A little update on the situation. So one of the main card fighters, Harley Morenstein from Epic Mealtime, dropped out. Why did he drop out? Well, one of the reasons was because when he agreed to fight, they agreed that all fighters would be getting paid the same amount. But when Harley talked to his opponent, LA Beast, turns out he was getting paid more. Another reason is Harley felt quite uncomfortable with this whole drama, with Ian seeming to side with pro-terrorist and pro-Hamas people like Hassan, Denims, and Frogan. And by the way, I don't know if you knew this, I don't know if you could tell by the fucking last name, but Harley Morenstein is a Jew! The main card of this fight was not meant to be Israel versus Palestine, it was supposed to be Harley versus LA Beast. He was also quite uncomfortable with the use of the swastika sword and the content cop, and unfortunately, shortly after, Lena Ayad from the H3 podcast, the wife of AB, decided to drop out as well. And what's really fucked up about that is, as I said, if Ian had a spine, he would buy her out. He didn't, and that's fucked up. But thankfully, Ethan did decide to cover the costs that Lena and AB were going to face because Ian decided not to buy them out, which is nice. Creator Clash 3 will likely fail, and I won't be supporting it.
Yeah, because she had to front the costs of learning of the boxing stuff. And when he didn't pay her out, Ethan was like, I'll help you out. So Ethan had paid basically for all of her boxing stuff because she was expecting to get paid at Creator Clash. And she didn't because, you know, Ian is a snake. I mean, they're all kind of snakes in my personal opinion, but for different reasons at different times.
Like, let's not pretend that, you know, Ethan Klein isn't, you know, a 100, you know, he's not an angel by any means, but
no, he's,
you know, he did do this nice thing.
I was gonna make such a bad joke. He's not an angel, no. He's 100% not. But it was nice of him to do what he did.
However, I will be rooting for Lena on the sidelines. Maybe if shit hadn't hit the fan and there was better marketing, I would have ended up going again. However, given the fact that the UFC and Jake Paul are also having fighting events the same night across the country, and that VidCon is literally the week before all the way across the country, I don't see much success here. And those ticket sales are not looking too good. I'll paraphrase something that Nicholas Diorio said. If you want to support charity, donate directly. If you want to waste money, donate to me.
Anissa and I have decided to step away from Creator.
Amen, chat. I will echo the same sentiment. You should donate to charity if you want to donate to charity, but if you want to waste your money, you should give it to me. I like that statement. I like that statement. Donate to charity if you feel like it. Otherwise,
broken
just
clock
give me
and all that.
Yeah. Otherwise, give me money. Otherwise, give me money.
Clash. We have relinquished control to our business partners who ran the previous two events. They're very capable. They know exactly what they're doing. They run events on a regular basis. The event is still happening. Anissa and I just don't have any financial ties. We don't have any ownership. We are, you know, I think just going to be known as the founders of the event.
Another grand idea that Ian had was to give the event to the people who ran the last two events. Were they a part of the financial decisions to run all those galas, buy out the hotels, get the comedian and all that other shit? I'd like to see the
Yeah, that's a point that I feel like thankfully is being asked by people. It's just like, wait a minute, why are you giving it to the same people who ran the last event? Because if they
have like issues with them at the last event,
I don't really remember, but like if they if they also lost money at the last event, there we go, I can speak. Like, why would you be giving it to them? You know what I mean? That just doesn't make a lot of sense to me personally.
Finances, were they a part of those shitty financial decisions? Let's see some accounting. And speaking of accounting, I find it extremely suspicious that you claim that you're not getting any financial benefit from this. You made a big investment to make this event and you're just not going to get anything back from it. I don't buy that for a fucking second.
I don't
It's
either.
just not how finance works.
either.
You are most certainly getting your investment back if you have any smarts whatsoever. And if not, I just find it extremely suspicious. Let's see some fucking accounting because I don't believe that for a second. You've proven to be malicious. You might.
My personal opinion, we definitely should be able to see some accounting because charities have to be very transparent about their spending, don't they not?
Yes, they do.
So, like, I feel like eventually we should see some sort of accounting for that.
Might not be gaining anything financially, but you sure as hell have to be getting your investment back, which means less money for charity. You also gotta love this characterization that it's because of drama and not that Ian and Issa did anything wrong. You guys fucked up the last event, you fucked this event, but it's not your fault. It's all H3's fault. You guys are free from any blame. It's because of everyone else. You're just so fucking spineless, dude.
You bringing up Lena dropping out of the fight was you publicly showing to your fans, like, I don't approve of this. You were saying this shit before the content cop even came out.
Which I told her I would cover if she wanted to drop out.
But now you are saying that you didn't have a problem with any of it until I made the video.
I was totally on board until the organizer put out a video calling me a psychopath. You already forced Lena into this horrible situation. And again, you forced this situation on her.
Why would I do such a thing to Lena? Dude, you have as much age.
On their podcast, they said the lawyers didn't believe they lost money either. Listen, that doesn't absolve them of anything.
Wow.
Listen, if that's really what Ian says, they have really shitty lawyers, not gonna lie. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
for real.
Oh, that's not good whatsoever. Oh,
Agency as I do.
that doesn't help.
What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude.
You have no fucking place to blame Ethan for the Lena situation. Why did Harley drop out then? Was that Ethan's fault too? It's because you're a horrible fucking boss. To wrap up this video, we're going to take a look at what growing and changing looks like. Losing all sense of irony, not pushing vulnerable people's buttons unless it's beneficial to your career. Don't morally grandstand unless you've grown and changed. Harassment is bad, with one exception. Racism is bad, but anti-Semitism is okay. It's okay if you promote terrorists, but not if you condemn them. America deserved 9/11. Either all of them are okay or none of them okay? No, but some of them are. Having money is bad. I'm being a bit facetious, however, it is pretty clear that while yes, Ian has changed, it doesn't seem like he gained any empathy for anyone other than himself. In fact, I almost argue that Ian is more bigoted now than he ever was. Like, at least before he had the excuse of just making a joke, but all throughout his recent video, he was patronizing all kinds of groups of people. As for Anissa, I don't think Ian's change is entirely her fault. I think they have an equal role of this retardation. Anissa's problem is Anissa. She's extremely unlikable and...
I would agree with that. I do think that, like, it is not all her fault. And if people just do that, they're, like, giving him a really easy out because it can't just all be put on her. He has to take responsibility for how he has decided to change himself personally.
And always has been. Ian sees something in her, and I guess good for him, but take one look at her Twitter and see why people feel the way they feel about her. She does herself no favors. Ian, if you're going to be upset with Ethan wanting you to speak out, maybe don't give him a reason to be upset by openly endorsing Froggy Tonic and Denims after what they did, making it clear whose side you're taking on your podcast, or make a 1-hour video shitting on the guy. Now, as someone who has benefited from the use of therapy, I gotta say that this weaponization and reliability of therapy is extremely fucking annoying and overdone.
I agree. Oh, fuck. Yes, I so agree.
Thank God someone said it.
I so much agree. Hell yeah. As somebody who had to go to a couple of different therapists, one because of my father and one because of certain other situations, I agree. I agree. The weaponization of therapy really is disgusting by Ethan and Anissa, and I wish that more people would poke on that because it's gross.
Yeah, at this point, it's beyond concern trolling. Can I just say, if I was deeply depressed and thinking about getting help, and I saw this latest video of Anissa's husband recommending therapy to me, I would run away. This latest video is anti-therapy propaganda.
Yeah,
Finally,
for
the
real.
last point I'll mention on this episode is about the series itself. Content Cop was always meant to be a little bit funny. However, in this latest one on H3, I think I audibly chuckled only a few times, and most of it was because of jokes that Ethan was making in the clips. There was only one occasion where one of Ian's jokes actually landed. In conclusion, being pro-Palestine or making charity events does not absolve you of criticism. And I can't find a person more worthy of criticism than iDubbbz. But that's going to do it for today's episode of Content Cop. If you have any recommendations or...
And that was the Content Cop. Holy crap.
That was really good.
It was. It was. I hope he makes more in the future. I mean, like, I don't know who he would make them on, but I hope he makes more in the future. Oh, goodness.
I mean, there's always somebody being a jackass on the internet, right?
Is he still
Well,
streaming?
you can always follow up this one with one on Anissa.
Oh, he is not still streaming, but he did, like, I guess in his stream he announced what his next Content Cop would be on, so that's cool.
Oh, really? What did he say it was going to be?
He didn't mention it in the stream title. He just says my next Content Cop is on ...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Huh. Oh well. But that was really good.
Look forward to it when it finally comes out.
Yeah, really good shit. Really quickly again, chat. Here, I'll just bring up his channel for you guys to see. Subscribe to CameronF305. This guy is really good. He makes music. It looks like music is like one of the main thing he does here. I actually looked on his channel. Did he? Oh wait a minute. Did he actually make the Yandere Simulator soundtrack? Oh my gosh, he did!
Oh, so that's what he was referring to when he said that, you know, he made music for somebody that turned out to suck.
Oh my gosh.
Man, it's a small fucking world, I swear.
Wow.
How about that?
Content Cop Akko. Maybe, you know what, chat? Maybe I deserve one. I don't know. I made one on myself basically back from when all my stuff happened back in September, but I didn't include any skits. Wow. This is definitely a very small world. This must mean that he likes anime then. Hey, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice.
Content cop Akko, you yippied for the last time.
Oh my goodness. I told you he did this. I must have missed that. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But hey, that's really good. Cameron makes great stuff. You should follow him. Yeah, he does have a Twitter. Look at that. Look at that. He does have a Twitter. Very good guy. Very good guy. Cool dude. Cool dude. Cool dude. I guess he has like an outtakes thing as well. It's pretty neat. Loved his stuff. Can't recommend it enough. I guess if you really like music as well, you should watch him because it looks like he makes a lot of music. Actually, this was his first video in 6 months, so that's pretty cool. Maybe he's like shifting from music to content cops. I don't know. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Anyway, chat. Since he's not live, I gotta find somebody else to... write. Thank everybody for the support tonight. I think the Yippee definitely got to bed all right. I'm gonna hope so. You guys helped put her to bed, not me. Let's see here. Who is live right now? Oh, Mizu is live right now. You know what? Mizu is doing a test stream, so I'm giving you guys to him. We're going to invade his test stream.
I don't see why not. Seems like a perfect time to get in there and you know, be chat about it.
Yep. He's playing Final Fantasy, chat, so make sure you all go give him some love. I need to re-up on my sub so I can play Final Fantasy again myself because I need to.
I need to start playing it at some point. I bought the damn thing on sale on PlayStation like a long time ago, and I've still never actually started playing it.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is re-up on my sub tonight or like on my days off, and then we'll get back to catching up. All right,
the
chat.
big reason why is because I don't want to pay a monthly fucking sub just to play a game.
No, I getcha. Really quickly, before we leave, you guys want to say anything before we bop off?
No, I don't really have anything. No.
All right, what about
Good
you,
night,
Gator?
chat. I love you, chat. Say it back, chat. say it
Yeah,
back.
I think it was a really good content cop.
It was. It's good times.
I don't know when my next personal stream is going to be. Probably Saturday when Anime Boomers is
Next
back.
Saturday?
I don't have a guest yet, but yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a guest yet.
Wait,
but
read the rest of the
you know,
supers.
same-
Oh, chat, you're right. Sorry, go ahead and finish, then we'll read the supers.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's 11 p.m. Eastern as usual.
Okay. All right, really quickly, we'll read the rest of the supers here. Cancel raid.
Oh right, wait, shit. Oh, we're talking about like shit we're getting up to.
Yeah.
Oh well, guys. I mean, if you guys like karaoke, I'm doing a big karaoke stream on Thursday evening.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, come check it out. I have a crazy like. Listen, guys, you know that like the internet is hiding some crazy talent, like singer wise. Like some of the VTubers out there are just like, oh, this one that I got coming up as my guest this time, she's ridiculous. Like the belting notes is like, oh, if you're in for something crazy, if you swing by to check that out, she's really good.
Yeah. Cool. All right, let me get through these real quickly. Will Spain for 2. Mercante can't be a cam girl anymore. Look at her. Okay, that's very mean. I wouldn't say that, chat. Very, very mean of you. Very, very, very mean of you. Mercenary.
All comes for all.
Mercenary for 2. I fear Lisa will use Razor Fist on Smash as well. I don't know. I mean, like, I know Razor Fist is being Razor Fist right now, but I don't think that's an alliance that he'll do. I mean, like, you know, you never know, but I don't know. Will Spain for 2.
Doubt it.
You doubt it? Yeah, I doubt it too.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Will Spain for 2. Not Yippee, your mom is a shrewd businesswoman. Amen. Mercenary again for 2. Shaolin Monkey is badass. And then Mercenary again for 2. Go full badass and make it Monkey King Black Myth. All right, chat. I'll be back tomorrow for brain. I'll be back tomorrow for the merch stream, Nightwave. You guys have a good one. And
she sells yourself female cop.
Exactly. But you guys have a good one, and we will see you later.